it will get mean.
What's going on here? She said I had a small penis, despite it being just below average. What's going on?
Slightly below average penis.
What's going on?
Small.
What is this? What is it? What are you doing?
Why would she say I have a small penis when it's essentially average? We're gonna find out.
Is that Tucker Carlson?
I'm trying.
That took a second. Just because I forgot that Tucker Carlson had a real voice and he sounded like anything.
We're gonna find out.
What's going on? Why do people keep saying I'm gay? Doesn't make any sense. Just because I like penis a little bit.
The left wants to drain you of your cum. But why?
But why?
No one's bothering them. My cum isn't bothering anybody.
My cum's inside of me, not bothering a soul. What does the left have to play? I don't.
What does the left? Now the question is, what does the left have to gain from stealing all of our cum? The answer is going to shock you.
Single bit of our cum's gone because the leftists want my. They want my cum.
The left says that I want to fuck Putin. I mean, I find him very attractive, but does that mean I'll actually want to fuck him? We'll find out.
We'll find out.
What's going on here?
So
welcome to the Snark Tank, guys.
Welcome to the Snark Tank, guys. This is episode. I don't know what episode this is. It's an episode.
105.
105.
105.
105. 10. We're about to be at 106 in Park, baby. We're getting close.
We're getting close,
106 in Park. I got to be AJ and Free. I got to be both of them. I feel like no one's going to know what that means, and it's going to make me really, really sad that there'll be
like one person. Maybe one person.
The fact you have to have you have to have someone that's black or very Hispanic from New York to know about that, and to be old enough to understand that joke. So it's gonna be really hard.
A lot of stipulations. That's right.
Those are multiple hurdles.
Multiple.
Yeah. Anyway, we're doing our little show here. I want to remind people at the top that we are having a live show at the end of April, and you can get tickets to it at tinyurl.com/sacred200. You can see me, Sweeney, Derek, and you can see me and the Sacred Symbols guys, Colin and Dustin, and those fellers over in I believe
racist
Richmond, Virginia, on April 30th at the National. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be answering your questions live. We're going to be doing a live Q&A. So it's going to be...
It's going to be a wild... I'm so not excited for that. But I'm going to go there and I'm going to put a smile on my face because I know people are going to be asking me fuck shit. And they're going to be in person. So I'm going to want to aggress them physically. But I can't because I'm working.
We're going to be like signing shit. It's going to be a big, it'll be a thing.
Just remember, be smart, dog. Don't risk your life for no reason. All right, kids. That's all I got to say. So I got to act as don't do anything stupid for no reason. All right.
All right. I guess that's perfectly unrelated advice.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about in that situation. Don't do anything dumb for no reason. All right. Just be aware who I am and my size.
We have to talk about this. We have to talk about this because I received messages about it, and I was disappointed to see that this came across my Twitter feed. I'm trying to take a break from Twitter, but I was notified of this. Sweeney, for some reason, decided to poke the bear here and decided to say, for no reason, that you really hate Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. And not only did you say that, but you doubled down in a very white woman way.
No, I did. I don't think that's a white way at all.
You did. It's a white woman tweet. It's a very white woman tweet.
That's not a white woman tweet.
I mean, it is. What did it say?
I said verbatim, I'm sorry y'all niggas is pussy and me making a joke hurt your feelings. Go get some bitches. Most of y'all gay.
That's not what you said.
That's not a white woman tweet. That's
not what you said.
That was it was very close.
No. You're adding words in there to make that image of you as Marge Simpson is horrifying. But
I tweeted
what?
I tweeted Sween X Ukraine collab because I'm the same color as Ukraine flag, and then one of my homies from Ukraine was just like
Simpson.
one of my homies was like, bro, that's really not funny. One of my only friend I have that's not that's from Ukraine was like, hey, bro, that was kind of distasteful. So I'm thinking about taking it down because I actually care about him.
I'm like, oh, whatever, dude. You're fine. Quit acting like
here's what Sweeney tweeted. So I'm going to give you the first part, right? Metal Gear Rising is a bad game. I'm tired of being told it wasn't. That's fine. The follow-up, several hours later, the next day.
The next day.
Hey, guys, I'm really sorry. Yeah. Hey, guys, I'm really sorry so many of you are so stupid and upset about my Metal Gear Rising take. I still think the game is shit and has painful dialogue. But I failed to realize that me voicing my opinion would upset so many of you pussies. My bad, y'all. Smiling rosy cheeks emoji.
So what you're doing right now is you're reading it excessively like a white person.
Well,
you could just read it naturally.
No, I read it.
You could have read it naturally.
No, I read it.
I can read it right now. And it'll sound like, oh, this is some dabbing a dick.
I read it in the way that the writing demanded.
The way you demanded. You see?
No.
I can read it right now and just sound like I can sound like the most niggified nigga ever reading it right now if I want to. What you're doing right now is you're altering the plot to fit your story.
My thing is, why do you care that people don't like your take about Metal Gear Rising?
I was just doing it because I was antagonizing people because it's so easy to. Because I'm a bad person and I like antagonizing people.
I don't believe that for a second. I think that genuinely 100%. Bothered you. I think that genuinely irritated you.
Chris, on Twitter, I talk about things that I know are objectively true, and I get told, "Oh man, you're so stupid." You think I care about people thinking about Metal Gear Rising? I played that game 4 years ago.
Sweeney, I lived with you. I know the kinds of things that bother you. And I know how you tweet when they bother you for real.
Chris, I literally tweeted that with Lily. Lily was like, "Hey Kingston, don't be a dick." And I was like, "It's funny though." And I tweeted it, and then so many people got upset, and it made me laugh.
You tweeted it with who?
I was with Lily.
What?
He was like, "Kingston, stop being a jerk." He was like, "Kingston, stop being an asshole. Stop antagonizing people." And I was just like, "But it's so fun." Because they get mad about dumb shit, and I did it.
I don't believe it. I think it bothered you. You wouldn't have come back the next day, bro. You would have forgot about it.
Nah, bro. People were mad. People were getting so upset. It feels good to make people mad because this is it. If you can make somebody mad, that means you have power over them, bro. It's psychopath shit. It is. But if someone gets so mad about what you say in your opinion that like over 100 people commented, man. So many people were like, you got "You're ratioed. Dumb, Sween. You're so stupid. You're dumb." And I was
look how he's doing the voice of the people who disagree with him.
Ooh, it feels so good. Well, the people that like that game are a certain kind of people, you know, and be real, right? There's a particular demographic. Well, it's like Eminem fans. It's like Eminem fans. It's like there's a certain demographic of people that, you know, that tend to enjoy that game, you know? I'm just saying. There are outliers, of course, you know? It's like there's a certain group of people that end up going to the NBA. You know, there are outliers, but most of them have a certain hue. Certain build, you know?
They're black?
Yeah. Yeah, that exactly. Yeah.
Metal Gear Rising niggas? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh no, Metal Gear Rising fans, most of them are. I don't know anyone that's black that likes that game. But to be fair, in all fairness though, most of my black friends don't give a fuck about most games that aren't like Metal Gear Solid, God of War. Like they care about like God of War, 2K, Madden, and then like a smallish group like Pokemon and like some wild shit. Because I don't have many of the black anime fans. The only one I have is Jalen. Everybody else doesn't give a shit about that.
Yeah. Anime niggas are, I don't know about them, man. I don't know about them.
Anime niggas are so common just under my age group, and it blows my mind. Because they can't be getting pussy if they're anime fans. That just doesn't go together. Like, those things don't touch. They're always like, and they go past each other, you know?
Yeah. It's never a shared trait, for sure.
If I admitted I liked anime, I would have been a virgin till now. If I admitted I liked anime when I was younger.
Till right now, this very moment?
This moment, I would have still been a virgin. Like, damn, bro.
I don't know, man. That game's cool. That's a good game.
I don't like the game, but that's just me.
But you were saying that the dialogue made it bad, which is weird.
The dialogue is painful for me. And that's the reason why I dislike it the most. In all fairness, if I'm gonna elaborate on what I said because you can't elaborate on Twitter correctly. It's not how things work. But I personally think that every time Raiden talks, I want to shoot myself in the fucking face. In all fairness, I hate Raiden. I've hated him for like 20 years now.
He's no Blue Alive irredeemable character. He's not.
He's no Brian Jackson instead of John Marston.
Oh my god,
that's just my opinion. It's not a bad game. The gameplay is not bad at all. Actually, it's pretty cool. You can cut everything, and you somebody throws a building at you, and you catch it, and you throw it back at them, and you beat a Metal Gear with its own wing. That's pretty cool, But I really don't like Raiden, and I haven't liked him for a long time, and it gets worse every time I see. Like the worst part of Metal Gear Solid 4 for me is when Raiden shows up. Actually,
look, I'll give you this. The people who like Raiden are
a certain kind of character,
That I'll grant you that, but it's not like, to me, I wouldn't say just the people that like the game are a certain type of people, but definitely Raiden fans are.
That soundtrack,
they're funny.
That soundtrack from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is fucking awesome. That is
I think the Senator is pretty cool too. He's such a obnoxious piece of shit.
Dude, the Senator is such a good villain. It's insane. That's a good game. That's just objectively a good game. But I don't know. It's like any game with you have a game. It's like, oh man, this writing is even Skyrim's writing is kind of fucking terrible. But
Skyrim's writing is terrible.
Well, actually, you know what? Skyrim's
huge pile of shit.
No.
And every now and then there's a diamond.
It's not that Skyrim's writing is terrible. It's that everybody has the same voice. So it's like
there's two voice actors in it.
Yeah, it's like three guys and their sister, who did every single character in that game. I'm pretty sure every female character in that game is the same actress. I'm sure there's two more male voice actors who sound real similar, and there's a dragon who's Mario.
What makes that game so funny? What makes Skyrim so funny for me is that it's a lot of shit dialogue. I'm gonna be real with you, there's a lot of shit. But then you meet the Dark Brotherhood and you go to the Thieves Guild, meet the Nightingale, and it's like, oh, this is really good. And then you go out of there right back into all horrible. Did you say the dragon? It's pretty big. So
I mean, it's pretty bad. And then also the lack of of angles and cinematography
or
makes
inflection.
It so what it seems like is it almost seems like you're almost standing around on set as people are acting, and so
that's a good way to describe it.
So
that is the energy of Skyrim.
100%.
Yeah,
it's that fucking guy. I can't remember his name. He played Sultai in Battlestar Galactica, and he also played Captain I think Bailey or whatever in Mass Effect 2. Or I think it was in the first one too. Whatever. Just the captain on the Citadel. He just has that voice. He has that voice. He talks kind of like that. And he's very good at what he does. But even he's Tullius. He's General Tullius in Skyrim.
Oh my god.
But even that, I'm just everybody
Parthenos.
I can't take him seriously.
Parthenos is fucking Mario's voice actor, actually.
That's so disgusting.
Which is so weird.
It's funny when shit like that happens. I'm like, how is that even?
Yeah, it's how is this person the same
powerful.
Person? It's
Show
when I learned
Clancy
Brown is fucking Mr. Krabs.
Yeah,
I was like that melted my brain. I'm like the captain of the guards and fucking oh my god I can't Andy Shawshank. The fucking that guy.
Yeah,
that
that's
guy,
Mr.
the
Krabs.
serious actor,
or when
and it's
you see
Mr.
the
Krabs,
guy,
and I'm like.
The guy from Cuphead is some muscular ass big black dude that plays D&D, and I've seen him play D&D, and I'm like, what the? He's like, hey, what's going on, man? And it's like, how did you do that with your? That's beyond voice acting. That's magic.
Jeez, man, we gotta get the hell out of here. You got a cig? You got a cigarette?
You got a cigarette, my nigga?
Hey yo, you got a Lucy, nigga?
No, you got a Lucy. What up? You got Newport, son?
Thanks, man. I gotta get back to this. Hey, Mugman, what are you doing over there? And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Like, you heard that new 50, my nigga? Yeah, shit was crazy. So, oh, one sec. Damn, Mugman, that shit's getting crazy. It's like,
it is really jarring. It's
awesome.
A very jarring thing to see that guy do that voice because his face animates. And it's like, I guess it's like everything where it's like some people have to do very specific things or put certain faces on or like maybe like alter their posture to do certain voices. But it's just like, it's something really jarring about hearing that like 1930s New York newsy accent coming out of just a black guy, just like a modern day,
because
just like a normal.
Because you can't understand. Because even me, when I think of old New York, I can't think of black people there because it's
well, specifically that accent.
My grandma's a black woman and she's been in New York since the fucking 40s.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine her existing in New York in the 40s because there is no media of us around at that time.
I can imagine
There's no media at all, dude.
I can imagine it. The thing specifically is that newsy accent. That newsy. I can't imagine somebody who looks like you, Kingston, being like, fucking, it's a great day, isn't it? It's a great day to go fishing. Like, I can't fucking... that is so alien, man.
I can't even.
It's totally because of what Sweeney was saying. It's because you didn't see that shit.
There's paintings.
But there's no way that existed. There's no way there's a black guy with that accent ever. I don't believe for a moment.
It might be.
Nah,
but we'll never know ever.
Look, it's like look at some of the black people that were performing plays and stuff. They were very, you would kind of hear that transatlantic or what is it called? Is that it?
Can you, it is called transatlantic, yeah.
Yeah, or something like that.
But,
like, you would see that sometimes because they were trying to fit in. It's like when you see remember that everybody's seen this clip before. That fucking, that the news anchor goes hood, like when a bug goes in his mouth.
Oh yeah,
the news, blah blah, and then the fuck is that? As soon as like it cuts and shit, and he's like, "Man, I got pollen. Let's get the fuck up out of here." And it's the best shit ever.
That is like, a great.
He drops his chameleon act.
His chameleon. He stops blending in and he becomes himself. It's when the wolf in sheep's clothing's fucking head falls off and they realize. That's a wolf. That you shouldn't be here. I think it's really, really weird because it's just like voice acting has always been like, even for me, like there's certain voices that I make that I have to hunch myself over and expand my mouth or else I won't sound right.
Yeah.
But it's like that's just wild to me.
Well, the thing for me is just like I don't know, like most of my favorite voice actors who are black. They don't like that's such an alien voice for that, like because Keith David he's like an incredible voice actor, but he also always sounds like Keith David, like some variation of Keith David, right?
And that's why he's great because he has such a good voice to be. Same thing with Lance Reddick and shit.
Yeah, it's Lance Reddick is another one where it's just like that's Lance Reddick very clearly, you know. But like I don't know, I just can't imagine like I can't, like imagine Martin Luther King being like, I have a dream. You know, like that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of this creed, and it's like
no one would listen to him.
Like, who are you? Is your
that'd have to be his radio voice because on the radio I'm like, dang, this feller sounds like he has a good ideas, but then
I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor hanging his lips, I can't imagine that speech in that fucking transatlantic accent.
He does a good job, though. It's terrifying.
He does a good job. He definitely does a good job.
Terrifying.
Let's look. So, real talk. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what's been going on. I've been off of Twitter. I've been taking a little bit of a break. I tweeted earlier today because like I got this weird DM from like, and this is something that I don't know if this happens to you, Sweeney, too, or to you, Derek, when you choose to stream. But every now and again, someone just comes in. Maybe it'll be in the form of a sub or like a donation. And they'll be like, my cat just killed my dad.
Like some heavy
I'm having
shit,
a really
bro.
rough day.
Heavy
thanks
shit,
for fuck. You know what I mean? It's just, or this like, how do you deal with the death of a mom? And it's like, I'm playing Elden Ring. I pretend me and Sweeney are in a stream right now, making fake Ford F-150 commercials to make them sound gay. And you just asked me, how do I deal with losing a mom? I can't help you.
It's the idea. Like when we stream, we're the person they come to talk to. You know, like we're the person they're confiding to.
No, but there's you have to think of what type of person that is. Remember, there's a spectrum.
Right. There's a spectrum,
and that person can't read the room, and they're just like, I feel bad. I need to let this guy know. And instead of waiting for a time to calm down, some gay F-450 shit is like, hey, dude, my fucking mom got swept up by a tornado. Please help me. How do I deal with this?
It's hard. It's hard because this is not an insult to people. You know, some people just don't understand that. Hey, like, read the situation. You know, I am not someone that's afraid to talk to someone about real shit. Like, I have a conversation with somebody. I don't mind. But, like, when I'm playing Destiny and I just finished making a joke that's alluding to calling someone a slur, but I'm not, you know, like, hey, I'm like, hey, look at this fucking bump or something wild. And then, like, hey, dude, my dog was just beaten and raped by who I thought was my best friend for years. And then my mom and dad defended him and put me out. How would you deal with that? It's like,
just respond with like, just beat my dick. I think that should be like the
just
fucking
pulverize my pelvic pastrami, bro. Just start jacking it.
Jack. I think that solves everything. Solves everything, right? It solves everything in the moment. Let's be honest. Solves everything in the moment. No. Then once it's done, then it's like, oh,
That's
forgot that everything.
It's the most focused that you can be. It's like the least distracted you ever are.
That's crazy. When I'm really stressed, when I'm really stressed, I cannot get an erection.
Oh no, you have to fake it till you make it.
That's my default state when I'm stressed.
Yeah, you just
erection. I can't do that, bro.
Like,
constantly.
It's so ridiculously it hurts. You're like, oh,
it never
I'm so
goes
stressed
away.
out. I'm so fully erected.
Oh, God damn it! You start lifting your fucking desk. You get
That'd be awesome,
you go beyond your limit because your fucking dick is so fucking stressed. Ah, man, my dick's so hard it's bigger than it usually is because I'm so stressed.
Oh my God.
That wouldn't be so bad, I guess. I don't know.
A stress boner?
It could be worse.
I prefer that to horrible. Being like impotent when I'm highly stressed. Like, I'm not feeling well, and then all of a sudden, your lady's like trying to, you're just not, you're just not having it. You're like,
that's
and then she's
bro.
like, what are you, gay? You're fucking
like,
gay, aren't you?
Maybe.
Is that what she sounds like? What are you, gay?
Are you gay or something, you homo?
Fucking queer.
You don't want to fuck me, you're gay, you're clearly gay. It's like...
Sounds like a fucking Dormammu person.
No, it's a fucking orc. It's a giant orc. What are you gay? No, it's an ogre. What are you gay, huh? Derek, you don't want to fuck me right now because you're worrying about your life or your mom in that car accident? What are you, fucking gay or something? It's like...
That'd be the worst thing ever.
I might not see my mom again.
Oh my God, your mom's
says
dead.
You're gay for not wanting to fuck right that second.
A real man would be able to satisfy me in a moment like this. It's like, bitch, my mom died today. I'm leaving you actually for real. That is out of pocket. That is insane.
That's leave you worthy shit. That is very get out of my fucking face before I beat you.
I would get right into my Ford F-150 and drive the fuck away, man.
Drive right now.
All-wheel drive, 5-cylinder motor.
There's way more than 5 cylinders.
Full come all over the place. Ford F-150.
Your wife
are you a man?
Your wife ever yell at you?
Fucking truck.
Your wife ever yell at you for not satisfying her right after the untimely death of your mother, the woman that showed you love endlessly? You ever want to drive down Tacoma, Washington with the wind in your hair, feeling 300 horsepower. You ever bust a nut to a man's balls at a weird time during pornography? Ford F-150. That's the sheer image of a man's testicles. You ever come and realize his testicles are why you came, not him fucking a woman?
What car company are you going to trust to take you and your kids safely to the Klan rally? Ford F-150.
Safely, bro.
Are you tired of your wife calling you a pussy boy, queer? Well, we got a truck for you. The extended mega cab for you and all your boys to go naked fishing. You can bring the extended mega cab. Take you and your naked full throttle pulsing boys over to the lake.
Are you tired
Ford
of your
F-150?
Are you tired of your wife calling you gay because she's finds you fucking your boys?
Well, we got the truck for you.
She's finding you gaily fucking your friends and then saying, hey, I think you might be gay. And you're just like, you don't fucking get it. And you run and jump in your Ford F-150 and drive on.
Ford F-150.
And it's like, what the fuck is... He's like, you don't get it. It's like, honey, then help me get it. No, you don't understand. And he runs, takes his pants off, and jumps in his homie's Ford F-150.
He gets in the truck naked.
and then it cuts to the car driving off into the sunset. It goes, Ford F-150. America's original cum-guzzling tank behemoth.
That is so fucking fun. There's something so funny.
The window's like steaming up as it's driving away.
Because these dudes are fucking. They're already fucking, dude. The steam jumps in. He closed the window's fine. Then instantly it's like fucking the fog. M. Night Shyamalan's fog in there.
You see his face immediately pressed up against the glass, like in Titanic.
It's ecstasy.
It is so good. It is so vigorous in there. It is so vigorous in there that you can't. It looks like Silent Hill is pouring out of the car every time someone goes in and out. It is crazy,
wild, bro. Every time they open that fucking car door, it starts a rainstorm because of how hot it is there compared to the other pressure system. And it's like, what are you doing in there?
That's the smell of balls and love at once. Ford F-150. Anyway.
That's awesome.
Anyway, we're going to go to questions because, quite frankly, what I was getting at before is I went back on Twitter because I just saw a DM that was like really like, help me, my fucking mom exploded. And I was like, listen, guys, like I'm a streamer. I'm not your therapist. I can't. The best thing I can do actually is to just exist in such a way that it distracts you from that. Like actually, right. Like it's the best thing that I can do for you. So I just tweeted that and I booked it again.
Right?
Yeah, thank you. Fine. If I get a message that's like, oh, hey, I've been through a lot and like your content's really helped me. That's fine. But then like the thing is, it's like when you're asking me for help or like because I've never had my son stolen by the fucking mob. I don't know how to I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to deal with like, your dad raped your dog and then your dog whispered rapey things into your brother's ear and now your brother's whispering rapey things into your ears. I don't know what that life experience is like. My dog is normal. So anyway, I'm not on Twitter.
You ever get raped by your dog?
You ever
But it was a female dog that raped you.
Hand banana.
Then you realize you're kind of sexually attracted to your dog.
Do you guys?
And then you realize the dog didn't rape you. You just fucked your dog.
Shane Dawson's Ford F-150.
For Shane Dawson F-150. Me ouch.
He's never gonna live that down, man. That time he fucked his cat. Anyway,
I don't think he fucked his cat.
He probably didn't, but I'm gonna keep saying he did.
Also, yeah, like I'm gonna keep
Help
saying
me, Chris.
he did.
Help me, Chris. My F-150 is stalled and I can't get to my homies to fuck them and go fishing. What do I do?
Oh man, you gotta fucking get a better car. Not like you could though, because you already got the Ford F-150.
Help me, my car stalled and I can't get to my homie's house to fuck them. I promised I'd fuck them today, and I really gotta get there.
They're gonna think I'm unreliable if I don't fuck them today, and I don't want to present that image. I don't want to make that.
Oh man, where's he at, man? God
damn it, man? We can't start without Jeffrey.
Someone needs to fuck me or else.
We need to be fucked before the equinox.
The fucking equinox.
Listen, what I was saying is, I don't know what's going on Twitter. I've been kind of out of the loop, but I checked earlier today just to see if there was anything we should talk about. I can't think of anything. Madeleine Albright died. I don't know if that's a positive thing or a negative thing, so I'm just going to say I'm sorry that happened or real, oh, yay. You know, I don't know. So we're going to go and
say yay to someone dying, Chris. That's like
really. You wouldn't say yes to like, oh, you wouldn't be like, oh, yay, Osama bin Hitler just died. You wouldn't
be like, oh man, dude, I wish he had a better life. It's unfortunate he lived the life he did.
Suck a dick. Come on.
I don't celebrate anyone die. If Joe Budden died, maybe I'd do a backflip.
Kingston, let me do you.
Wow.
Let me paint you.
You hate Joe Budden more than a hybrid of Hitler and Osama bin Laden.
One's real, one's not.
Listen, Kingston, let me run a hypothetical by you. And I hope Lily is listening to this in her imaginary throne world or wherever the fuck she is.
In her fucking throne like Sabathun.
Let's say some man in a carrot
This is
suit.
so
Let's
fucking,
say, hold
this
on,
is so grotesque, but okay.
Let's say, just some man in a carrot suit. You're on a date with Lily, right? You're just hanging out. And then suddenly Lily gets cut up a million pieces. Guy in a carrot suit with a katana just cuts her into 10 million pieces, laughs at you, runs away. You find out that 3 weeks later, oh, that carrot man is dead. How do you feel?
I'm like, he killed my wife, and I hate him for that. But at the same time, no one does that for no reason. That is literally.
You sound like a fucking politician that's about to purchase an F-150. That's what you sound like.
So what? If I want to get a car that satisfies me and my buddy's transportation and sexual desires, is there a problem with that? Ford F-150.
You sound so fake. That sounds like such a polished fake answer.
It's not a polished fake answer, dude.
That's not real, Kingston. That's not real. That's not a human reaction.
Yes, no, it's not, because people choose not. Look, this is real. This is me being Kingston Jameson. This is aside from me being Sweeney, all right? Aside from me being Sweeney, this is a real person me, all right? Real person me. I try my hardest. I try my hardest not to hate people, because it's easy to just hate people. It's true. It's really easy to just like, this person wronged me. Fuck this guy. I hope you die. I hope all this horrible things happen to you.
That's when you can hate somebody. That's
like the most appropriate. That is the most appropriate time to hate someone.
But everyone has different circumstances that leads them down the paths they go down. And it's really easy to say, fuck that person, instead of being like, man, it's unfortunate that person did what they did. It's
Lily,
really fucked up.
Okay, he doesn't care. He would not care, Lily. If you got cut the fuck up, if that slap chop guy came out, it's like, it's me, Vince, with slap chop, and took you, Lily, listening to this, Lily, took you and slap chopped you the fuck up in front of Kingston, he'd be like, he must have had his reasons. You know,
dude,
no, I wouldn't say
slap chopped to death.
That'd be horrible. Because it hurt really bad once. The first one hurt really bad.
He's got to start with the hand first, and then just like work his way up the arm and shit.
Oh my god! There's an exit point for like your hand is, so he just works all the way up through you.
You're just watching him do it.
He gets your nose. He gets your nose randomly in there.
It's like, how? But it's true. It's true. Like, too often people just hate or be like, I make a really solid effort. Like, I understand there are moments where I'm still a person. I'm like, fuck that guy. I wish the person nothing but the worst, you know? Like, every time I look at the Kardashians, my hatred, it sets ablaze. And I'm like, you guys are the reason why so many horrible things have happened in modern society.
But she didn't kill anyone.
She didn't kill. Yes, I understand. I understand that.
So if you had the opportunity, I don't know, man. It just seems weird. Like, it's a natural human emotion that you seem to be suppressing. It's kind of weird.
I'm not as much suppressing as much as I understand. Like,
nah, you're suppressing,
I feel it, and I feel the anger from it. But I'm like, I can't judge you. Like, I can't be the person to be like, oh, you deserve to die.
Can.
I cannot, bro. I cannot. I don't feel like that's the right thing to do.
So okay.
You guys think I'm gonna think I'm crazy.
So you and Lily procreate, and God forbid there's a Kingston Jr. You know, like right, he's 3 years old, whatever. And then the fucking slap chop guy rolls up in his F-150 and kidnaps the kid, chops him to pieces, and mails him back to you.
I would be really angry with that person, but I'd be like, I hope you eventually understand what you did. Like you took a life, you took
and then
my
he's like,
life.
I can't wait to chop another one of your kids up. He
said, like,
he waits for you to have more kids so he can slap chop them.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But like, how'd I explain it? Like, I've had
killer.
This is fucked and horrible. But I've had times where people have wronged me really fucked up. Like people have done really fucked up things to me, you know. And like there are times where like I had the easiest opportunity to just retaliate and do something really horrible to them too. But I just chose not to because I was like, if I do this back, all it's gonna do is just validate someone else to do something fucked up.
First of all,
hold on.
I understand what you're talking about because you're talking in like comic book logic. But let me explain something.
It's not comic book logic.
Hold on. Let me explain something.
It's not. It is.
Hold on.
It's not though. It's not. It's comic logic to you because you're not big enough of a person to get over it. That's why.
No. You don't understand what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about going out and killing the person. I'm not talking about doing something retaliatory. I'm just talking about finding out that something terrible happened to that person and being, oh, good. I feel good about that. I don't feel necessarily like too bad about that. You're saying you would feel no positive emotions for that at all? If the slap chop killer who slap chopped your young son, or whatever the fuck his name is,
it's very unhealthy, man. And look, the one thing
I think what you're doing. Let me tell you why it's unhealthy. What you're doing right now is you're.
Let me tell you why it's unhealthy.
You're putting medical terms on things. Let me tell you why it's unhealthy. Everyone feels those parents like, oh my god, this person hurt me.
You need to go through the. And you need to not suppress
this
it.
isn't
you
just,
have to
by
go
the way,
through it.
This
you
isn't just like.
You're going to. You're gonna feel anger towards them.
No, see, look, what you're doing right now is preemptively trying to suppress the rage that you would feel and the satisfaction you would feel with that person expiring. Yes, you are.
I'm not suppressing it because no matter what, I'm gonna feel what I feel.
Well, that's the whole fucking point.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's the whole point.
But
you're fucking actively trying to fucking governor your rage or your you're green lighting somebody dying because they suck ass. No, and you're trying to govern that shit.
I'm not governing. All I'm saying is that like I just try not to hate people. I just try not to.
Look, I don't have to. I don't have to try. There's some people. I don't hate very many people on this earth, but there's some people that like I get very like. Say right now, I can think of someone that's actually is affecting my life very negatively, like fucking Vladimir Putin. And if he happened to get Swiss cheesed, I would fucking cheer. I wouldn't cheer. Yes.
I'd be like, that motherfucker sucked and he was an asshole. But that's still a person that was alive. And I just wish it happened better.
You're so fucking dumb. I swear.
I don't believe that.
I don't think I'm dumb, bro.
You think like every person is just like there's no fucking people that are just the amount of suffering that guy has caused, and you're like, oh, he's still a person.
Yes,
like that
absolutely.
Fucking guy gave a shit about any fucking person, and you're just like trying to empathize. You're a fucking empath for no reason. You're just like an empath.
You guys don't get it, bro.
You have dangerous. You have a danger. That's not your man. It's a really good thing that we live in like a stable, like we're not living in medieval because you'd be first
like we're reasonable.
Person gone.
We're reasonable.
How would I be the first person gone?
Because you don't know how to like understand who's a threat.
I know
you'd be like, he raped my dog and took my crops, but like he's got his own thing going on. I guess I'll just respect it.
He's still a person. He's still a person at the end of the day.
You guys are extraordinarily just incorrect. Like I can say 100%. I can say 100%.
Killed so many people, but he's still a person.
I can say 150% I've been in significantly more dangerous situations than both of you guys have. 2 million % I have. And I'm just like, I've been in some fucked situations. Like even recently, some really bad situations that I'm just like, I don't know how I got here. Why am I here right now? But it's just like, I would, if something happens, I'm like, oh my God, I feel rageful and wrathful towards this person. But at the end of the day, me feeling rage-filled and wrathful and hate, like actually hating somebody, because for me, I see hate as if you hate somebody, if someone being brought up invokes a really strong feeling from you, and it's like hateful, they have a degree of power over you. That's how I think, at least.
It's not true though.
That's not true. I mean, I guess if you hate someone so much that you brought up being like, oh my god, I hate this person so much, I'm mad.
It depends on what they fucking did, dude. It depends on what they did.
This is the thing.
But look, let me finish. Okay, I choose not to be a hateful person because every time I've gotten into a fight or every time I've seen someone get hurt, or there are people that have taken people from me personally, you know, and I'm like, this person is a piece of shit. And I really dislike them, but me hating them is not going to change anything that's happened involving what they've done to me at all. Like there's literally nothing is going to change.
It's not about that. You're misunderstanding. It is to you.
No,
what I'm saying
at the end of the day, it is about that though. Like
it's not about that. Well, it's much simpler about that. These emotions that you have inside you are here for a reason.
I understand, and I don't negate my emotion. I don't negate my emotion toward it.
But like, that's what you're talking about. You're governing it before. Just go through the fucking cycle. And eventually you'll stop hating the person because it is fucking surpassed. You're like, fuck this person. Fuck them. I'm glad they're dead. Goodbye. And then you go about your business. What you're saying is, oh, well, fucking, he's still a person. I can't. I'm like, what are you making excuses for? It's totally fine. Look. Let me give Euphoria just a little bit of dap, just a little bit.
Okay.
The only real person in that fucking show was the drug guy, the black dude that was trying to, the sponsor Rue, that one dude.
Oh yeah,
and he was, and when he showed up to cook and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you. When he showed up to cook and he told his sister like it's okay to fucking like feel what you're feeling about her. Like, you don't have to fucking... He didn't give some gay-ass speech where he's like, well, you shouldn't hate anybody. You should suppress that. You should... Because at the end of the day, like, no.
I'm not saying...
Go through the fucking emotion because you have a right to... You have a right to be angry at this motherfucker. Yes, you are, bitch.
No, Derek, what you're doing right now is you're preaching at me that you're not feeling the emotion. It's like, I'm going to feel the emotion. I'm person.
I'm saying you're trying to suppress it. I didn't say that you're not going to feel it, bitch.
But that's what literally trying to suppressing it. That is what suppressing is.
No, trying to do something is not always doing it. You're trying to suppress your emotion.
I'm literally saying I'll just get over it. I'm not.
You're trying to... Okay. No, you will get over it. There's no reason to say the shit that you're saying. Go through the emotions that you're going to go through and then go about your fucking business. You're making this fucking grandstand about like, I'm not going to try to...
Let's calm down.
You're trying to act like people...
Look, I'm literally not trying to grandstand.
No, we have to. This is good. This is really good. This is really good.
This is good, but I do want to say...
grandstanding at all. I'm not saying that anyone that doesn't choose to do it.
It's like when people say fucking things about drugs. It's like when somebody tells this thing like, you know, oh, fucking... Yeah, I'm very moderate with my drug. I don't. There's no reason for me to overdose and all that shit. I'm like, dude, some people are gonna go through this shit. They're not trying to do anything, and you're just saying shit that it makes you sound like you're a fucking better person for no fucking reason.
What I'm saying, one, I have not thrown anyone else for particularly feeling how they. Obviously,
That's not what I said.
People go through what they go through. You know, I'm gonna go through what I go through. You know, like I understand. Like right now. I have people in my family that are elderly, and they're going to pass away one day, and I'm going to feel upset.
You're going to laugh.
I'm going to feel upset. I don't think I'm going to laugh at all. I think if I laugh at that, that might be the time to get out the, you know, I got to quit the game. You know, you got to delete save.
The thing, here's, I just want to say something real quick. Because the thing isn't even necessarily like, that what you're saying is wrong. The thing is, I just don't believe you. I don't believe that that's how you would react in the face of the kind of thing that because I'm not talking about like even some of the worst things that people do that aren't like up like it's not like somebody fucking I don't know took a fuckload of money from you or like they took something really important from you or like like they cheated on you or they betrayed your trust in like a really deep, intimate way. Like that's like it's like all right, fuck, that's a flawed person. I'm really angry, but like I'm talking about literally a crime and murder. And the reason why I don't believe that you would just be like, you know, they're just a person going through what they're going through, is you laugh at innocent people dying on Live Leak.
But that's
you
because
get
it's the
joy
tax.
out of people you know nothing about dying.
It was for me. What that is, that's detachment. Like I've laughed at some horrible shit, and I'm not gonna act like I'm not gonna be like, well, no, I've done that.
Hey,
I've done that, and it's funny.
That might actually lend to how you may actually be able to not have the emotion because you do have such a desensitized detachment from death. There is a possibility that you could what you're telling us right now.
I think you're sciencing too hard in the wrong spot right now. I very much so cry. I very much so have cried when I've lost people I care about.
Look, let me just make it very clear of what I've just been saying. I just feel it's very strange when people try to govern their emotions before shit happens. I think it's very fucking strange. I think it's weird because like you don't know what would happen in that situation.
110%. I was going to say that. That's what I'm trying to say ultimately. I don't know.
But that's kind of like my thing where I'm like, why are you trying to govern your emotion? Like just go through it. I don't understand what you're doing.
I know too many people, and I've seen too many people that when things happen, they dwell. And I don't think I'm a dwell. I don't know. When I feel guilty, I feel really bad. But when people dwell, it's like if you don't know, that's a serious problem. You're going to be stuck there for a while.
Well, that's different. I totally agree with you.
And like,
it was more the original thing. I just want to say the original thing was you wouldn't feel any sort of satisfaction if someone that really wronged you died. That was the one thing, because it wasn't like dwelling. It was just because literally that's just good. I'm glad you're gone. Awesome. But you wouldn't. I don't
particularly feel that, man. I don't know, man. I know people that have wronged me outwardly.
Okay. Let me ask you. What if someone was stalking you? Right. Someone was stalking Lily and threatening Lily every day for like 4 years.
I would be like, if I came in contact with them, I'd be like, dude, seriously. I'm
getting my
gonna hurt
F-150.
you.
No, but he kept coming back. He kept coming back, and you never got a chance to see him. He was always hanging outside the window, and every time you would go outside, he'd hop into his Ford F-150 and drive away.
All right,
and there was no way. And then 4 years after this, Lily is a shambling mess. She's like doesn't feel safe at home. She's fucking scared. But you find out on the news, a Ford F-150 with a freak it was found at the bottom of a lake with a charred person. It's like, oh man, you wouldn't feel relief.
I would feel happy that she feels safe. I'd feel much happier that she
so
feels
weird.
happy. Because at the end of the day, what's happening, it bothers me that she's feeling what she's feeling. I'm not like,
sure.
I'm like, oh man, I want this guy dead. I'm like, yo, this guy's fucked, and I really want him to stop hurting this person I care about.
Let me ask you something on like a way lower level. Like when you're fucking playing Destiny and stuff, and somebody's been like whooping your ass, and then you finally fucking best them. What is your emotion?
I'm like, damn, I fucking got you. Finally.
And you don't feel satisfied? You don't feel like fuck this nigga, like finally he's done, like I got him? Like you don't think you feel that way?
Because for me,
yes you do, Kingston. Yes you do. That's the whole driving force of competitive games.
Look, wait, Chris, wait. You guys are not even letting me speak. Everybody's just talking. What happens is I realized at a long time ago, it's like I fuck up in this moment and I'm like, you know what? 20 minutes from now, I'm probably not going to remember this game at all. I'm getting fucked over and I want to do good. Obviously, that's why I'm competing. I want to do good. But I can say that for you. I played basketball for like 7 years, dude. And the vast majority of the motherfuckers that dunked on me, that crossed me, that fucking got past me, that literally embarrassed me. I'm like, I don't even remember what that guy looks like.
Yeah, but how do you improve at a game if there's no drive to improve? What is your drive to be good at the game?
My drive to improve is me doing better and me seeing myself do better.
How do you gauge whether or not you do better unless you have other people to gauge that against?
It's just simply you besting people. It's not me. But it's not simple as like, oh my god, I beat this guy. Yay, I'm better. That doesn't mean anything.
You're weaseling your way around. I'm not
weaseling anything because you can play a competitive game and someone could walk out a hallway and I can snipe them constantly. That doesn't mean I'm better than that person. That means I'm just getting these snipes.
No one's saying that you're better. I sniped you in Destiny. I have a better 401k than you. We're just saying that you're doing better in the game.
No, I understand that. You made it macro from me going, you made like 401k has nothing to do with it. It's just
you said better than you. I'm not saying better. It's just a matter of like,
I meant better than you in the context of the game. In the context of the game, it's just like whatever, you know, like I'm playing Trials, right? This guy keeps fucking shitting on me in Trials, right? I'm like, fuck, I hate how bad I did. I might yell because I'm annoyed at what happened and how I'm playing. But then
what about
the
Elden
next
Ring?
game starts. The next game starts.
What about Elden Ring? You've been getting your ass fucking crushed by a boss, and then you finally beat the boss. What's your emotion?
I'm like, thank God I finally don't have to go through this anymore. And that is there's recorded proof of this.
But you feel nothing like there's no like finally like there's no fuck you like finally there you have no emotion of fuck you I finally beat your ass. You don't have that emotion.
Fuck, I hated this. I'm so glad
talking
there's
shit.
literal recorded proof of this, guys. There's recorded
proof.
There's recorded proof.
Kingston, I live with you.
No satisfaction
I remember
on beating a boss.
It's like whatever. Like I beat this boss. I feel great that I beat this boss. I overcame this. Awesome. Yay. I'm finally done with this. But it's not like fuck you fucking piece of shit. I beat you. It's like what? That's cold. I beat cold in a fight. I'm a
Kingston,
big man.
That is
the
so point.
Stupid.
That's the point of the code. That's the point of difficulty in games in the first place.
I understand that.
I just don't.
But what you're saying, if you're not understanding what I'm saying, I'm saying
no. I understand what you're saying, but I understand. But no. I understand what you're saying, but I also understand what you're doing. You are talking in such a way that you're like trying to use very specific words to dance around the fact that we are describing exactly what you feel. When we say, "Oh, you don't feel satisfaction when you beat a boss," you're just like, "Well, I feel satisfied that I won't have to do it again." That's the same thing. You're just moving it in different directions so that you can be right. That's
I'm not moving to be
real.
right, Chris. I'm just saying that I feel satisfied. Obviously, if I didn't get satisfaction from things, I wouldn't do things. Simply put.
Right.
So I'm not saying like, oh my God, when I beat a boss, I get like, fuck. I don't ever like rise up and scream, fuck you, I beat you. I might say something horrible if you're fucking constantly whooping me. But that's kind of what I'm like,
exactly what I'm talking about.
But I'm like, oh my God, God.
Look.
But that's not hate. I'm like, whatever. And then I'm like, most of the time I'm like, whatever, that just happened. Cool. It's like, I go back and I try again. Literally Elden Ring last night, I'm fighting, I'm at the part with like the tree area where I'm about to go fight Millennia. And the guy that has the fucking horse and the magic, he was deep dicking me for like an hour. And instead of getting mad, I'm just like, yo, fuck, dude, this is so annoying. God damn, I just lost all those souls. And I'm like, all right, back on the grind. Here I go again. I just go back at it. That's it.
You beat him. You beat it eventually, right?
I haven't beat him yet. And I'm like, whatever, you know. When I fought Godric, you know, I'm like, man, I was drinking while I was fighting him. And I was like, man, I really don't want to get drunk anymore. This isn't fun fighting him drunk. And then he beats me, and most of the time when I get really mad, I just like, all right, back at it again. Here I go.
You know what that was? That little animation you did? That was suppression, is what you just described. But
it is. Look, but it's like, what is me getting mad gonna do?
You're gonna explode one day, man. You're gonna explode. You're gonna punch an old woman in the street for no reason one day, and we're gonna be like, we told him to let it out. We told him to let it out while he was playing video games, and he didn't do it. So he he punched this old lady into the moon and cracked the moon in half. Listen, whatever. We'll let the audience decide. I don't know, man. I feel like you were lawyering a little bit. I feel like you're lawyering around a lot.
I was lawyering a wee bit. I was lawyering, of course. Because
I want you recorded 24/7 because I want to see. No, because then you're gonna be aware. It needs to be. Someone needs to get one of those. Dude,
you don't need to be recorded. I remember opening your door sometimes, being like, Kingston, calm down.
Oh yes, of course.
Because you were calling people the N-word on fucking Destiny.
Of course, I've done that. I'm a person. I was getting upset, obviously. But even when I beat them, it's like I don't know. Like I understand.
Now you feel like you turn into some like some. 'Twas a hard fight, but very good game. I turned out on top. Yea, verily does not matter though.
Because even when I lose, when I'm doing bad, or like, oh man, I'm just playing like shit, I can admit like, oh man, I'm fucking up, dude. Like whatever, dude. I fucked this one up. I'm gonna go back at it. And I think this mentality got beaten in me because I've played every Souls game. Dude, there were times in Bloodborne in the PvP where I would get fondled. And I'm just like, damn, dude. Or even when I played basketball, there were times people would just do better than me. And I wouldn't get mad. I'd be like, this guy is outperforming me. Coach, bench me, please. Please bench me.
Sports a little different. It would have to be, video games way worse, especially if you can checkpoint somewhere and then you're just getting your ass whooped continuously.
But for me,
then I'm fucking raged. And then when I finally beat him, the feeling of like, oh man, usually the first thing I do is like I'm fucking flipping off the screen. It literally does nothing. It just feels good.
I understand that. I don't do that personally. But for me, when playing basketball, doing all the shit I've done, playing competitive sports growing up, you kind of realize that like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna lose. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna lose. In Destiny, I hate that there are moments where things are not balanced the right way, when people are exploiting these like fucked up like non-balanced things, and that could be a bit aggravating because it's like, what kind of piece of shit are you that you're using something that is just fucked by its nature? You're an asshole of a person. But like when it comes to like Elden Ring, where dude, a person at the first level can beat the final boss. You can. Yeah. It's going to suck and it's going to be hard, but if you're accepting that challenge, you're accepting that challenge. You're going there. Excuse. Oh, wow,
I think that's a little different.
But I think anger. I just think anger is part of it. I think anger is part of that. I think
I'm not
that
an angry person at all, though. I'm really not an angry person. I'm pretty calm most of the time. Even when bad things happen, I'm like, this is bad, but me getting angry is going to change nothing about this being bad. I just have to focus now.
I think it's just it's one of the things. Like focus is obviously really important. I think the one thing that you're missing, because it's like going back to it is, it's a very normal thing. I don't think you have to suppress it. It's obviously
I know it's normal.
Fucking suppress it if you are, because I say this. I direct my anger at the thing that deserves it. If it's a video game, I am not going to take it out on anybody else. I'm one of those people. I know people that they're in a bad mood, so then they want to shit all over people. I completely disagree with that. I feel like direct your anger towards the thing that's bothering you, and that's it. If it's a video game, I see no fucking problem talking shit to the NPC that's whooping your ass, Like,
the fucking Ebony Knight that beats your ass over and over again in Skyrim, and it's like, how does this guy keep finding me? I don't know what I'm flying across the world. I have powers. How is this guy chasing me down?
That fucking instant parry fucking summon NPC in front of the fucking pot man is like, that is my nemesis right now.
Oh my god!
I want him dead.
For me, in the area with the ball where you have to jump across and like that ball comes down, and there's that one piece of shit dude that every time you hit him, he just parries you with that fucking really good shield. That guy got me really upset. The way he died for me is that he tried to jump off the banister to get me, and he fell down and killed himself. And I was like, "Damn, bro, it's really unfortunate. Your life
I just circle enough until I can. I circle enough till I can backstab motherfuckers. It usually works. You just got to be patient.
But most of the time, at the end of the day, it's like me getting mad is because what is getting mad gonna solve? And I know a lot of people don't think like this.
It's not about solving anything. It's about getting the emotion out.
But the thing is that I don't see it as that. I see it as like, it's like me getting upset is not going to change what I'm experiencing. Me be like, oh fuck, I hate this. All that's just like, oh man, what is that gonna solve? And I still slip up and I do it. I still slip up and I do it, because I'm a person.
But that's the whole thing. It's like, think about being stuck in traffic. It's okay to fucking vent, dude. Even though you're still gonna be stuck in traffic. It's okay to vent.
I understand it's okay to vent, because a lot of people need to do that. But for me, it's like, what is me screaming and crying in traffic gonna do to change traffic?
Well, no one's saying to scream and cry, but you can be like, God fucking damn it. You can let out a good God damn it, and there's no problem with that.
I've
literally heard you scream. I've literally heard you scream in anger.
Yeah, of course.
Just not even any words in particular. Just
and I'm just like, of course I do, but I don't do that very often. Most of the time, I'm like, whatever.
Nobody's saying to do it very often, but that's why we gave you such a fucking specific...
No, you guys gave me a fucking Saturday morning cartoon silly bad guy. Some nigga that'd be living under a well in Gotham. That's what you gave me.
We gave you a scenario that is 100% designated for you to fucking rage, and you're like,
you gave me the stalker. You gave me the stalker thing.
I'm above that because it would not change anything.
First, we gave you a man who killed your wife, and you felt nothing.
You gave me a guy that appeared out of nowhere with a katana and killed my wife. If
Very
someone
possible.
showed up, if someone showed up with a katana and killed Lily, I'd be like, holy shit, I'm next. You killed my wife and I'm next. Because I'm going to try to stop him, and he's probably going to kill me too. So that is a stupid thing you gave me. You're dumb. But the second guy is some guy that's stalking my girlfriend, and that is possible. People could stalk her, you know, and that's very unfortunate. Sure. But at the end of the day, I'd be very upset. I'd be more focused on my woman. My partner is terrified to live, so I'd be looking to take action to stop him.
You sound
That's
like a gay
what it
ninja.
is.
You sound like a gay samurai. That's what you sound like. You sound like you're trying to follow some type of code. Like you're like, the anger is not worth it. Like it's like I need to focus. I need to focus on this. Like that's what you sound like, dude.
Nah,
it's
dude,
like go ahead and be angry, let it out, and then focus. That's what I do.
Nah, dude. Because what happens is that when you're angry, you make dumb decisions.
That's what
we're not talking about.
We're not talking about being angry. We're not talking about seeing red for fucking. It's just being angry in that moment. Like say, you find out the person that kidnapped and slap chopped Lily. You can be like, you found out they're dead. You can be like, good. Fuck that motherfucker.
I'm like, this dude sucked. He's gone.
I'm
happy he's
gone, but he's still a person. Sorry for the slap chop, man. I will.
Jelly, peanuts, butter, jelly. I fucking mourn him and sing the Halo theme. It's just
all right. Listen, look, we spent a lot of time. We're at the hour mark. We should do some questions.
We're at an hour already. Okay.
Yeah. So let's just do some.
That was a good one. I feel like I really vented. I got shit off my chest.
Yeah, you feel like you vented because you're angry about shit. You are an angry person. That's what it is.
You were the angriest one of this motherfucker.
That is absolutely not true.
You guys aren't letting me speak. And motherfucker, you're clipping like a motherfucker. I know it. I want to see this shit. You're gonna be
Derek. I want to bet you 1,000%. I have never once been really angry on camera because I personally have a bad temper. I have a very, very, very bad temperament. I was a little nigga. I was in New York before we moved. I was fighting regularly. Like I had a bad temperament. And eventually I was like, yo, if I don't chill myself out and realize things just happen and I have to move on, I'm going to die. I'm going to get killed. So that's why I act the way I do.
I understand that. It's almost like an overcorrection because of the lifestyle that you lived before. Like, I don't want to be that guy.
It's not even about anger though. To me it's just about, oh good, the rapist is dead. And then just moving on,
doing a
just
Mega Man X pose.
Just a basic feeling of. Anyway, let's move on to some questions. Let's jump into some of these questions that have been asked by some of our patrons over at patreon.com/snarktank. Remember, you could ask questions over there if you want. It's very possible.
Buy yourself an F-150 too.
Buy yourself a Ford F-1 before F-150. Buy yourself a Ford F-150 quick. You want to make your boys come buy Ford F-150?
What's the first question?
Come, quick, come.
I love that you guys brought that up. I'm a big fan of stupid truck commercials. Well,
we were talking about making like a really like authentic, like car commercial for like the majority of it, and then it ends with something really like
really gay,
really gay, but it's like Ford F-150, and we want to take like actual footage from like Ford commercials and like just post it to the Star Trek channel with no explanation.
Would we get in trouble for that though?
No, I don't think so. It's transformative, right?
It's totally.
Sure?
It's absolutely. It is transformative. It's obviously a joke. Also, what are they gonna do? Copyright strike the 2-minute maximum video? Like, oh,
right,
okay. That's a lot of ad revenue you're taking.
Might even help them. It might sell a couple of trucks.
Yeah, it might sell a couple of Ford F-150 because they could be like, hey guys, I bought a Ford F-150 on your request. It's foggy as shit in here, but I'm getting where I need to go.
It's foggy as shit in here.
All right, let's see. Okay, not saying Chris Ray-Gun and Chris Chan are the same person, but have you ever seen them together? And the R in together is capital, but still the lowercase r. I don't know how you did that. But what bashed-in head character would win? Joel from The Last of Us or Glenn from The Walking Dead?
Definitely Joel.
I forgot about that
Joel.
Because I didn't watch that show really.
Definitely
Dude,
Joel.
That
Glenn
was
in bad
fucking
shape, bro.
brutal for
Glenn was in
fucking
bad
television.
shape.
Yeah, the Glenn thing was pretty brutal for television. I remember that happening a while ago and being like, damn, that's pretty...
I was like,
seeing
because
that
I know
and
there's a bunch
being
of
like,
dumbass kids that
bro.
watch that show that shouldn't be watching that show, and they probably had nightmares for weeks.
Oh yeah,
it was so morbid for me. Like I remember like seeing that and being like, "Oh, whoa, shit!"
And the icing on the cake was trying to make him talk.
He wasn't
He was
dead
talking to Maggie, and I'm like, dude, don't do that. Fucked up.
He was talking to Maggie, but his brain was scrambled because he got fucking folded. And he just like, Maggie. And it's just like, oh, dude.
Maggie.
Maggie,
lock my F-150.
Lock the Ford. Maggie, don't let any girls go in the Ford F-150. It's not for you guys.
That was a fucking weird, man. That was...
It was too much, bro. I still
intense.
I
bro.
remember having
intense.
a visceral feeling seeing that shit. I was like, oh fuck. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm very good at laughing at everything because, like, you know, like every horror is kind of a comedy in a sense, you know. But like, holy shit, that really bothered me. I was like, oh man, his head looks like chili con carne, bro. That's fucking bad. Holy shit.
Like that was like when you think
and
about
it was
like
Glenn.
It was Glenn. The whole situation was fucked up, and then Maggie seeing it right there, trying to speak to Maggie. Like everything about it was fucked up. Like I've seen some shit like
pregnant.
Remember when the mountain fucked up? He squashed the
Oberyn Martell.
Oberyn, yeah.
Oberyn
When he
Martell.
like I thought that was hilarious. Like I thought that was like when I saw him fucking.
Did they show his head pop or no?
They showed it a little bit. They showed it a little bit.
They showed his head being like his eyes, his hands going into his head.
They showed like a frame of it like exploding, and then it like went away. Like they showed like a little bit. Like they didn't really
bad,
like.
bro. In the book, it's bad.
I'm sure it is.
Like everyone in the Coliseum is like, yo, this nigga's dark skin. Gotcha. he started writing it down. Like the dark skinned man is grabbed and his head explodes with vigor, and then someone says fuck BLM. In the world of fucking ice and fire.
I mean, this motherfucker, how did he know this shit?
Years and years ahead, bro.
We gotta listen to him for everything. I mean, fuck.
Christ.
He wrote Elden Ring. He fucking knew that BLM was stupid. This guy's a fucking prophet.
So yeah, definitely Bastion Head Joel wins this one because
he's more together.
He didn't get it nearly as bad as Glenn.
I think
like at the because like the last words that Joel said were like he was like Ellie, do my taxes. I don't want to deal with that. And then he got hit, with the final.
I don't want to deal with that.
Like,
I don't want to
whereas
deal with that.
Taxes in the apocalypse or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, they got to keep it running somehow. And
That's true.
But fucking, what's his face? Glenn. That was more like a. It was like gargling chili.
For
so
me,
like
what's fucked up is that, and this is a really fucked up thing that this is a personal thing. I don't know if people think about it. But the way wood sounds bouncing off a skull, that sound is funny to me. That simple bink, that it's so melodic, you know? It's so melodic the way it sounds.
How could it be melodic if it's just one note?
So
because
grotesque.
if you keep hitting someone, you can make a beat off of it. You know, it's something you're hitting.
You do that with anything. That's how hitting works.
But no, it doesn't
sounds
sound
so morbid.
It doesn't sound the same for metal. when it's wood, it's a very particular sound. Any other psychopath that's watching this will know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Any other fucking maniac will know. I've heard it time and time again, and it can't be like uncured wood. It has to be like worked on wood. And the sound it was making every time the bat bounced off Glenn's head, for some reason, made me laugh. I don't know, right? I guess I'm different from the rest.
Yeah, you're built different, as they say.
But I was like, oh man, it's fucking Glenn, bro. He went through it, and it was so fucked up because you're like, oh, it's gonna be Rick. They're gonna kill Rick. Obviously, it's Rick. You know, Rick is the guy that was fucking everybody over, and it was like, nah, it was actually Glenn that was doing shit. And Negan remembered his face, and his wife is pregnant, watching it happen. And everybody just can't do anything because the saviors would kill them. It was so fucked up. And I was like, man, dude, Negan's pretty cool.
Negan's pretty cool.
That's the takeaway?
Cool. Negan's pretty cool, man.
I mean, people thought the same that fucking same year when I went to comic conventions. Like, fucking third of the people were dressed as Negan.
Dude,
there was like Negan with tits and stuff. It was crazy.
That people like for real, the fact that people for real like monstrous ass, I've never understood it. I've never just gotten it. This is because I got Spider-Man too fast. Like, I got Spider-Man comics when I was too young, so when I formed my like developmental ideas,
you were incapable of appreciating complicated bad evil characters. Yeah.
I mean, a complicated evil character is intriguing, but fucking monsters, like bad, like Joker's a monster. That nigga's not cool. That's a demon right there, you know? Like,
demons
Carnage,
are cool.
Like yeah, for you, because you know you're building stuff. But
demons are interesting.
But like Carnage, like I like Carnage because Carnage makes Spider-Man have to really go all out. Like Spider-Man's like, oh, Carnage is here, I really gotta fuck this dude up or else something really bad's gonna happen.
But
I don't like Carnage as a person. I don't think Carnage running around eating babies and then writing Carnage rocks in the baby's fucking afterbirth is cool. That's horrifying. And I'm like, why do people like that? But
I think that's only a
like
small
that.
amount of people, dude.
I don't think
that's only a small amount of people.
I think it's a lot of people, man.
No, I think you overestimate your how good of a person you are.
I don't think I'm a good person.
Again, you're doing this again.
I don't think I'm a good person at all, bro.
No,
I laugh at the sound wood makes when it bounces off people's head.
No.
I know what I am.
But But what you're doing is like, that's Tom Sweeney. That's Tom Sweeney, but this is Kingston Jameson. This is me.
No,
I love everybody, and I think everything's great.
What you're doing is you're painting a picture right now. You took the brush from me, and now you're scribbling in your own lines.
Look. I'm taking the picture. I'm taking the picture that you painted from you, and I'm showing the class. This is what you're doing. What did you just say? You just said, I don't understand how people like monsters, and then you just explained why you like a monster and acted as if that's not the reason most people have.
Sorry, I was kidding. I don't like Negan.
No,
that was a joke.
No, I'm talking about Carnage.
Most people like Carnage because he's badass. If you ask the vast majority, I go to these cons and I'm on these Reddits and I'm watching these things and I'm reading this stuff. You and me may share the same idea. You, me, and Derek may share the same idea. But a lot of people you ask about shit, like people that are asked, like it's written down. No one made fucking Bloodfucker 69 write what he wrote. It says,
what I'm saying,
Carnage is badass, man. He's so cool. He goes, people, it's
his
real.
Design
We're on
is
the
cool.
internet.
He's got a really cool design.
He looks
but
cool.
Like I think
why
people I think that's why most people like bad characters like that. It's usually like, that's a cool design. Because even when I was a kid, I was like, I didn't know much about Venom really when I was like really, really young, but I remember seeing Venom toys and thinking like, that's really cool, you know? And that's all I knew about it. It was just like, this is a really cool design of a character.
I bought Spider-Man and I didn't give a fuck about anybody else, but then when the symbiotes came out, I bought all of them.
Are you
how fucking awesome
You're actually slightly older than the symbiote, so you actually could remember them coming out. Because me and Chris are just a little too young for them before they came out. They came out like in early 90s.
They were always around for us.
I bought all of them, like when they actually started bringing out the fucking chain of like, here's all the other ones that exist, because there was only Venom
Agony,
before.
Here's all of them. Yeah, I remember that.
Fucking the first one I bought was Riot. The first one I bought was Riot because like I love
like his
purple,
name.
obviously.
I like the fact that his name is Riot. I thought that was really cool. But from like a lot of people do, like when you like people are like Sephiroth is so cool, and it's like
Sephiroth's fucking gay. Anime's gay.
That nigga's crazy and
Sephiroth sucks.
Stupid. You know, I like Sephiroth when I found out, like when I played all like 15 of the Final Fantasy VII games. I was like, oh, Sephiroth, he's an interesting character. I kind of like him, you know. But I like him because when he was good, he was the most good guy, you know. He wasn't like a fucking asshole yet. But most people are like, oh, why do you like Joker? He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't have a reason for what he's doing.
I think Joker is a little more unique.
I
think Joker is like the only one that's really like that.
It's real. Like people are like, I mean, Joker is one of the few like. This guy is a fucked up dude. Like he doesn't really have anything redeemable.
What I'm saying
about
is like
him.
he's one of the only people. He's one of the only characters that are bad that I think people like for that reason. Like I agree with that. I think most villains people like because of what they bring out of the hero, or because they have like interesting backstory, or because they just have a cool design. I don't think it's cool. Like I just think they're just cool and just it's not like
80% of the time.
Yeah, I don't want my dad to be this guy, but like he's like it's interesting.
I've encountered too many people that like I like Sephiroth. It's like why? Because he's cool, and it's like people that like who like why do you like Carnage?
That shit's gay. All that shit's wacky. Dude.
Why do you like Carnage?
Like, Carnage looks fucking
cool.
awesome. I was drawn to Carnage because of the fucking Super Nintendo cartridge. Because of fucking like just how he looks. I'm like, dude, Carnage is so cool awesome.
Was the cartridge red? Was the cartridge red for that game? Yeah, it was.
Maximum Carnage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember, was just because I like Carnage simply because of the fact that his stories always coincide with some wild shit happening, and I think that's always like really cool. But I don't like Carnage's character at all. I think this guy's the devil. This guy is a bad person. But some people, because of how dissociative this world has become, people are insane. Like we think it's not common, and then you talk to somebody that's like, oh, this guy's fucking scrambled. This guy's a grand slam. He's gone.
But I feel like that's the subculture. That's not the fucking most people.
I agree.
Are very casual. And like I think the biggest thing of like the most telling thing is fucking Transformers, where it's like most people like the Decepticons because fucking Autobots didn't have a chance to be cool at all. Like Optimus Prime is like the only fucking Transformer, like the only Autobot that's like even reasonably like, oh, he's pretty badass. He's really strong. He has a cool name. Everybody else is just gay. Fucking everyone.
I like Transformers.
You can pit Starscream against fucking Jazz. Are you fucking serious? Like that's not even
Jazz
like come
is just
on.
A black guy. Jazz is a black man. He's just a nigga. He's just a nigga. That's why he's a sports car. Like he's a sports car. He dances. He raps. That's a black guy. But like
Ironhide, like these. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, the thing is that first and foremost, Decepticons are often flying vehicles, and the Autobots are cars.
Cooler. They're just stupid cars.
I don't like Decepticons very often because I think most of the Decepticons purposely are given like really stupid sounds and names and personalities to try to make you like the Autobots. Because I think they fucked up and they were like, oh man, yeah, a jet is way cooler than a fucking 16-wheeler. Oh man, you know, like fuck, we.
It is way
up.
Cooler. It is.
They kept doing it. Even do you remember Beast Wars? There's a stupid gorilla versus a fucking T-Rex. Which one do you want?
I remember that. I remember thinking Optimus Prime was cool, but every time he became a gorilla, I was like, bro.
Optimus Prime became a gorilla?
Yeah,
he was a fucking gorilla because they were all like there was Rat Trap, a stupid rat, like on the fucking the Autobots, stupid rat.
Fuck? No, he was a betrayer though. He was the betrayer.
No, that was Dinobot. That was Dinobot.
Dinobot was the betrayer? No,
it was Rat Trap. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
It was Rat Trap.
Rat Trap I think he did do something,
but then he became good again and he became like a bird rat thing, remember? He could fly afterwards.
Something like that. I think you're right.
And then he had the
I'm
spider
thinking of Dinobot because Dinobot used to be a fucking
used to be on the Transformers,
but then he fucking
his name is Optimus Primal?
Yeah, Optimus Primal.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
It was Beast
Wars. You never seen Beast Wars?
No, I wasn't really into Transformers outside of like the actual toys. I didn't actually watch the show.
That was like for kids, like early Transformers. That was the kind of shit that I was. That was my first introduction to Transformers, actually. Yeah. Like Beast Wars, the first time I saw it. Then I saw like the 80s movies and stuff. But I saw the 80s shit. Beast Wars.
And it was okay. I didn't like it that much.
I
love the toys. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. You got the power. By fucking America? There's such I hated that shit so much.
I love it, dude. It's so funny, bro.
It so doesn't work. Like there's like fucking Optimus Prime is like fucking up some Decepticons, and I'm saying you got the touch.
It's him and fucking Megatron trying to kill. Like it was a different vibe. Like even though there was like one of those old cartoons that's like even though like it's old, it's like kind of vibrantly colored, so everything looks like kind of cheery-ish sort of. Optimus and fucking Megatron were trying to kill one another.
They're
and then that song was on, and I was just like,
I'm looking at this fucking shit. And I barely believe it.
Bro,
the theme song is pretty cool. The theme song's pretty cool. Like that's when the 90s had the best theme songs of like they had a good fucking run. Like everybody had
the 90s had great theme songs. Like the X-Men theme, the Spider-Man animated series theme, the Batman theme, dude, all Batman, fucking
Gargoyles.
Fantastic. Gargoyles.
Spider-Man, radioactive.
You know that's Aerosmith?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We found out
I had no fucking clue.
I knew Korn did fucking Batman Beyond. Or specifically Jonathan Davis.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean it was like the guitarist for Aerosmith that did.
Yeah, for the Joe Perry.
Dude, X-Men was so fucking good, bro.
Nigga blood.
X-Men was great.
It just has it's too epic. It's too much. I'm like sweating by the end of it.
I didn't like X-Men as a show, but I liked that theme a lot. Like that
the
theme song
beginning of
was
X-Men.
I would always watch the theme song of the X-Men show. I'd be like, and it's like, oh, this is sick. And then the episode was starting. It's like, all right, I'm gonna watch something else. Because
my thing about X-Men was it was high concept. Like it was a little too high concept for kids, and I think that was a problem it had.
I don't think that's what it was. I think for me, I really didn't like the concept of kids in a school, like superheroes in a school.
Oh,
like,
no,
I don't know.
No, you're talking about X-Men Evolution. I'm talking about like 94 X-Men. Like
no, the X-Men animated series.
Well, there's two of them. There's X-Men Evolution where they were like teenagers, and that was the one that came out in the 2000s. And then there was X-Men 94, which came out like way before when they had like
the original X-Men animated series. Like they were in Xavier's fucking mansion, but they weren't actually doing anything as far as learning or being taught.
Yeah, no, I know that the show wasn't like that, but like my understanding of X-Men was that that's what it was. Like, but like before I would see the show and I'd be like, all right, it's a cool theme song, and then I would leave because I just didn't care about those guys. I thought Wolverine looked fucking dumb. I thought fucking Cyclops looked fucking dumb.
I think I was
Cyclops
too young. Looked dumb. I always thought Cyclops looked. I thought Cyclops as a character.
I thought Beast looked. All I knew about Beast was that he was in Spider-Man 2, the Neversoft PS1 game. And you had to help him do something, and I was like, "Oh, this is all okay. You are like a Wolverine."
For me, I thought Beast was adorable. He was the main thing that drew me to watching X-Men because I thought he was adorable. I was like, "Oh, that's like a big kitty."
He's a great character. Like Hank
McCoy
the best character.
He's the best character on that show.
He was so smart and complex. I just hated when he would like try to go out. He's on his fucking trench coat. He's like Raphael, and I'm like, dude, you're smart enough to not do this.
I know, but he wants to just live life, you know? Like, it's so not fair. Like,
every blue beast.
Every time he'd come on screen, he'd be hanging upside down reading something, and he would drop some extremely profound poetic thing. That's why I really think X-Men, like, at times, it just was too high concept. It was just too high concept for kids, because, like, X-Men as
blue
characters...
ball bitch. Ching, ching.
And, like, as a concept, X-Men is not really a concept that everyone could sit down and like enjoy. I enjoyed it because I was little, but like
the only problem that I had was the pacing. Like everything would happen, and I didn't get to soak it in because then it would go to the very next thing.
That was 90s. That was 90s Marvel cartoons, bro. Everything.
It was, but X-Men was the worst at it.
I think
Spider-Man was way worse.
I disagree. I fucking disagree.
Derek, we could have a whole marathon. Spider-Man
I'll challenge. I soaked up
Spider-Man.
A few. There's moments that I soaked up from Spider-Man that I did not soak up anything from X-Men.
Because
I'm talking about X-Men. Look. Here's a really important moment. I just want to say this real quick.
Okay,
there's a really important moment when fucking Morph, right? He got like they left him behind, and like Wolverine feels all bad about it and all that stuff. you feel like it's that happened so quickly. I didn't even get a chance to be like, wait, was that supposed to like? I just here's a moment from Spider-Man that I really loved. That the pacing was fine, which was he was in the black suit and he was about to kill Rhino. That was fine. The pacing was. The X-Men had no fucking scenes like that at all. Where I at least got to soak up the moment and be like, oh, there's a stake. Is he actually going to do something to him? What's going to happen? Or X-Men, it's just something just happens and it's the next scene. And I'm like, whoa, slow down here, boy. Slow down here.
My argument of that is that X-Men and Spider-Man both are fast-paced. But X-Men usually had episodes that followed other episodes. Spider-Man had moment that follow into moment. This is no longer the plot. Now Peter's asking for Mary Jane. Where's Mary Jane? Jumping off a bridge. Peter gets to bridge, catches Mary Jane. Mary Jane turns into water. Next week's episode, the lizard. And it's like, what the fuck's going on, dude? It's like,
I didn't see the X-Men show, so I can't fairly compare them.
I
love them both, though. I love both of those television shows.
I feel like we got to know what did they coincide, or did one debut before the other?
Spider-Man had the X-Men on his show.
Well, I know you're right, because X-Men was first. That's when I feel like they slowed it down. I swear, I feel like it was too fast, because I do remember X-Men being on Spider-Man. And they drew them all fucked up.
Yeah, they were drawn badly.
Dude, they looked fucked up.
For some reason, Beast looked like O.J. Simpson. I don't know what that's about, but
I don't remember that.
I'm
weird.
O.J. I'm the Beast, but it's just O.J. Simpson.
They gave fucking Gambit like some weird pupils. Like, he looks so weird. Like, is he how Gambit looks?
Gambit has red and black eyes naturally.
No, but they gave him something. I forgot what it is, but he looks stupid as fuck now. I'm like, what did they do to him? Like, everyone looked fucked up. I don't know. I thought they all looked stupid in their show too. Like, their designs were so fucking. But that's the thing. Like, I always thought Spider-Man, like, the thing is, it's like, these are all costume accurate, basically. You know, like, these are like, oh, these are the costumes that these characters would have. And Spider-Man, to me, that costume is so iconic and unchanging to the point where, like, even today, like, Peter Parker has that same red and blue webbed, bright colored suit. For the most part. And it works. Like, it still works in live action, no matter how, like, it's done. Like, every Spider-Man suit that I've seen in a live action portrayal or in a cartoon, if it's even remotely based on the original design, it looks good. Like, like every single suit looks good. But like the X-Men, you can't have Hugh Jackman in this fucking Wolverine costume. You can't fucking do it.
I agree. I think the X-Men.
You can't have Gambit looking like a fucking lesbian on fucking Golden Girls.
No, I think Gambit's
with a hot
translate.
pink jacket and with a hot pink shirt and a fucking red.
I think all of this stuff would have worked if they would have fucking done it, dude. You sound like a fucking old head executive that told them we got to put them in uniforms. And then what are you gonna do? What do you want? Yellow spandex? I'm like, yes, bitch. Fuck you.
Even Logan didn't do it, man. Like, there's a reason why they haven't been done.
They didn't do it because they didn't fucking allow them to do it.
Even in fact, I think if they went and they did those costumes, the movies would have performed better because they would have been more ability to be able to
go watch Bat in the Sun. Go watch Bat in the Sun and see their fucking costumes and tell me.
I know what Bat in the Sun is. Joe does stuff with them.
Yeah, but my whole point is go watch that shit and tell me that shit doesn't look dope. Like, you're being,
man.
You literally sound like a fucking old head executive. It's like, the audience isn't going to connect with these yellow things and this lesbian.
It's not about connection. It's about that looks dumb.
What happened?
Like, it does.
I would be like, why the fuck?
I wouldn't prevent people from doing it. I would be like,
so
guys.
The people that say Spider-Man looks like he's in fucking pajamas, what do you say to them?
He does.
And so why is that not dumb if that he looks like he's in fucking pajamas?
It's just not as dumb.
It's because you're fucking
it's not as dumb.
Shit. That's all it is.
No, I am biased for sure, 100%. I think Spider-Man.
Yeah, so
I think Spider-Man.
What's your point even saying that?
I think Spider-Man drawn has always looked cool. Like, always. Like, even in like the original, I just thought like that costume was cool. Always.
Right. That's fine. And so everybody else thinks the X-Men look cool. So
do they? Do they?
Yes, they do. Absolutely, they do.
Listen.
Who the fuck was bitching? Look at. Even there was people. Let's even break it down to this. There was people that were mad when they got rid of the underwear of Batman and Superman. I feel like those people are psychotic because it made them look way better. Right? Like the underwear on the outside. I think that when they finally got rid of that shit, I'm like, that looks way better. Cool.
Does Batman not have? Does Superman not have that anymore?
Fuck no, they got rid of that shit. Fucking, I think New 52. Like they got rid of that shit.
I think they did. I just don't remember because when I look at him, I still see that character. It's the character I'm used to seeing.
I'm pretty sure New 52 is when they completely stopped, and I'm like, this looks way better.
I don't think they're wrong. It's just I don't notice
because it was just unnecessary. It looked retarded. It looked dumb. It was just unnecessary. And then so Spider-Man never had underwear. Cool for him, right? Like Wolverine had blue underwear, which is like literally he didn't need that. It's just how they drew shit back in the day. But this is
my argument, all right? There's a reason why that red and blue and black costume is so iconic. There's a reason why that Wolverine, those costumes from that period of X-Men, there's a reason why they're so iconic. The reason why Nightcrawler has the red fucking like V thing and then like the tights and the white gloves. There's a reason why Beast's design, him just not having clothes on, having blues, and they're iconic for a reason.
No, I think there are certain designs that translate really well. I think Beast is fine.
I think the leather looks
naked.
Stupid.
He's fucking naked.
I think the leather costumes that they had in the movies, I think those are terrible. I think those costumes were very bad.
Those were terrible, yeah.
Well, that fucking everybody, they just neutered them. And it
was the 90s. It was the 2000s. Everything went extreme, you know?
Did you want yellow spandex, you bitch, you pussy bitch? You want fan service, you fucking pussy bitch? That's basically what he was saying to us. You want yellow spandex?
The spandex, those
gay lord?
For me, at least, I understand on film.
You bitch.
That's what we're talking about is live action, and I think
on film it always translates the right way.
I'm just looking at the animated series Wolverine, which I assume is pretty accurate to the comic, like at least accurate
old
enough.
School shit. When you go like the yellow and orange one was more the brown, like the orange is brown. Sorry, the orange brown one was more, and that's what translates actually really well in live action. And everybody would have been like, "Fuck yeah, dude." And maybe, the only people that would have been like, why are they wearing these gay costumes? I'm like, why are you watching a fucking comic book movie where you're worried about the costumes and shit? What are you, stupid?
Because that's the biggest thing, dumb? Like, if they would have went with things like that, it would have solidified, because then it would have got more of the comic book fans to actually get out there and see it. And then those numbers...
That, those movies were a pretty big hit, I'm pretty sure.
Well, they were, but they would have just been bigger.
It would explode. Think about Deadpool. Think about Deadpool. Deadpool is just the best example of like, hey, let's just do what people want, and then it performs so insanely well.
Deadpool's costume also translates well. The thing is, it's like there are costumes that translate well.
Deadpool's costume is very adjacent to an X-Men costume. Actually,
it's very adjacent. It's very adjacent to a Spider-Man costume.
And Spider-Man as well. It's more of a middle ground of the two kinds of costumes. Let's put all the extra shit on there.
Deadpool is in the X-Men universe.
I'm not even talking about all of the costumes. I'm literally talking about animated series Wolverine. If they did that fucking costume in the movie,
they would have altered it a little bit, dude. You don't think that they would have just
so fucking dumb?
Like I said, go look at a bat in the sun and be like, oh yeah, they can nail it. Or go look at those fake ass porns when they do the parodies, and they're like actually, and people are like, oh wow, the
good costumes, bro. There be good costumes sometimes, bro. It'd be wild. Good. Not that I watch porn.
What I'm saying is,
I haven't even. Yeah, go ahead.
You can take Wolverine directly off the page or directly off of the screen from the cartoon show and put him in a live action movie, and he's gonna look fucking dumb. You take Spider-Man directly off the cartoon page and put him in a live action movie, and he looks
what's your
fucking
point?
Great. He looks fucking fantastic. It's a better costume. It's just a better costume. It's just a more.
No, but here's the thing. It's not like they did alter it though. It doesn't look exactly the fucking same.
And I hate that they alter that. I can respect the Raimi suit, the original one. The black Raimi suit, I think, is a travesty. I will stand on that till I die.
Well, yeah, that just looks like
it is an insult to the black costume.
That looks like
the black costume.
Porn. That one looks like a porn costume.
The black costume I think, is the best Spider-Man costume of all time. And the fact that they changed it the way they did makes me want to scream the N-word at the sky. But
the black Raimi suit is just not a fun. It's just a really boring suit. I think
it's just black.
It's just black. They just put black paint on it.
All they did was just make the suit black. That's all they did.
Honestly, I think it would have honestly been cooler, even if it was the exact same design, but the webs were white. Like just fucking something that wasn't just like a black blob. There's no white in it at all, and it's like this is a white.
the big spider on the back and this white on the hands make that costume so good, man. I think
it's a good suit, but what I'm saying is it's like for a live action alteration, it's like I'm fine with live action alterations in general. Like it's like whatever. If you got to do what you got to do, if you can get a cool new suit out of it, you know what I mean? It's like that's cool, but like they just didn't. That's the
so
black
why don't
suit
you feel
in
that
Spider-Man
way about
3 sucks.
X-Men, bitch? Why you shitting on X-Men? Why you shitting on X-Men? Why don't you feel that way about X-Men?
Because I just think Wolverine looks really stupid.
Yes,
it is the main reason.
Your whole point is just want to shit on Wolverine.
No, I'm not even trying to shit. I just always like even as a child who was like I was enthralled by like fucking stupid shit. I would just look at Wolverine and I would just think, why would you draw anybody like that? I used to think that was his hair. I used to think that was his hair through the costume.
I did too. I did think it was his hair too. The fucking things. I thought that was his hair because his hair is like that, and he put his mask on. His mask like that, and I'm like, I guess
so dumb.
That's
it's so
his.
dumb.
I didn't look at. I just
looks. But I think Wolverine looks cool. Wolverine is one of those characters that his design is so iconic that if you just put the fucking eyes, people can tell that's Wolverine. Like people know that's Wolverine, you know, and like I'm
trying to think of like
you may
objectively
not like
stupid.
I just don't think they can do it.
I don't feel that way, and I think this one's probably maybe a split.
I think Spawn looks stupid.
Oh wow, I completely disagree. Wow,
I think Spawn looks really stupid. I think Spawn looks too 90s, and it kind of makes him look stupid at times. That's me personally. I think that's actually interesting. I've never heard that. I think he looks cool because at the same time, it is cool that he's so many pockets and spikes again, and then black and white and he looks like Venom that learned arts and crafts, kind of like a tailor-made Venom, and it's just like this looks stupid.
I couldn't,
but I like it. Or like Ben Reilly, Spider-Man, the clone with the hoodie. I think that looks dumb as shit. But as I've gotten older, I've become nostalgic to it, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of like
interesting.
that.
I think Spider-Man with a hoodie looks fucking awesome. But
like even like modern Miles Morales' costume, like I didn't like it at first, and it's because they changed something. You know, they changed it, and I really had a problem with it. I was like, he looks dumb because he doesn't look like Spider-Man. But then I realized that like he looks kind of like Kane and kind of like Ben, and he also has his own style, and that looks good. When I'm done being like a gatekeeper for where characters should look, that's a good costume at the end of the day, you know?
Yo, we should put on Twitter like, let's put on Twitter like what are the dumbest looking superheroes, like objectively in your opinion or whatever.
People are gonna give us like some outlandish shit. That's why I guess that's what people do. Like instead of like
I want to
being
see.
simple.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think we can get some genuine answers.
We should specify so people don't come up with like comic like a fucking polka dot man or whatever. You know, like
I think he looks cool. I think he looks cool though.
Like like the most like which like iconic
the most
like,
popular iconic like popular superhero do you think has the stupidest costume?
Yeah.
I would say wings on head Captain America looks really dumb sometimes, but also kind of cool. It's like kind of scale mail.
I think I don't like any of his live action fucking costumes. Captain America.
I'm not big on them either.
I like the Winter Soldier one. I like the black Winter Soldier one. That one looks cool.
That's why it took me so long to watch those movies because like I just Captain America as a character was so boring to me. Just the idea, it's like this is just Master Chief, but he's in underwear and he's super patriotic, and that's weird.
He's not. You clearly didn't watch the movies. He's not so patriotic.
No. But I'm not talking about my understanding of it now. I'm talking about my understanding of it before because Captain America, you know, it's like
I loved it. I fucking loved it, man.
I love Captain America.
I loved his like. It's almost. I just loved it as because I loved the idea of guile, and then he has a fucking flag on his arm and shit. Like I loved how they portrayed these guys.
Barrett, you piece of shit.
It's not piece of shit. Like it's me. It's almost enjoying. I'm enjoying it in a way, in the same way I'd watch like a cheesy Art Schwarzenegger film. Like that's how I saw it as. I saw it as this larger than life like cliche. I love Captain America fucking saying final justice before he does a combo on your ass, fucking stars and stripes. Like
stars and stripes, and the guy starts suplexing you.
I loved it. It's so over the top. That's what I like. I didn't feel like saluting. I felt like I love this character.
Sweeney posted this comic book panel of him talking with a guy with an American flag on his face, and I thought it was like the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It is pretty. It's cringe,
Or are you talking about that dude that was trying to take him out? Like,
yeah, with a minigun with a scope.
Yeah. I don't understand that, but
you gotta be accurate, man.
For me,
you gotta be real accurate with a minigun. You only have so many bullets.
Accurate.
For me, I love Captain America because I love Captain America. Captain America stands for what he stands for is like the right thing. And then he's constantly showed that, like, fuck, we just don't do the right thing. And I like that about his character a lot. Like, people like, oh, Captain America's kind of boring and bland. But it's like constantly, time and time again, the symbol that he wears, he embodies what it should be, opposed to what is literally going on. And he's just like, that's fucked up. And I think
it translated well in the MCU. It translated well in the MCU.
Very well, actually. Very well.
Yeah, I think he translated fine into live action. Like they definitely like neutered the suit a little bit. They didn't give him the stupid ears, which is like, good job. But the thing, I don't know. Would you would you be a fan of like a character who was like, it's me, Captain Nazi? But he wasn't racist or nothing. He just wore the suit and he was like, damn, imagine what we, the Nazis, could be if we weren't so racist. And we weren't
the connotation of a Nazi in America.
What if we really just wanted to fix Germany? And it's just this reasonable guy walking around, but he's branded Captain Nazi and he's got a swastika on his chest. And he's like, he's not a Nazi. He's just trying to be the best that Nazis could be.
Even the swastika, the design of that image it's like it's a grotesquely transformed symbol of a different thing that was actually a good thing. So like it's really hard. Like I understand what you're trying to do, badly, mind you, but trying to do. But like it's hard.
There's some people who view the American flag as very, very.
A lot of them are related to me probably, but still, it's different, because Captain Nazi, the word Nazi in America don't invoke the same reaction from humans. Period. Even in Germany, you can say America and they'll be like, Nazi, and they'll be like,
ooh. Get that out of here right now.
You can't be like, oh man, I'm Captain Santo Domingo. Oh, I'm Captain fucking Coney. Everyone's gonna have different reactions.
Hell yeah, Captain Coney.
Captain Coney picking up young Africans and running away with them, putting them in a truck and running.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next question. The Tale of Mega Man X8 guy and the question Patreon highs from the Snark Tank Boys featuring Dante from Devil May Cry series wrote in. Great name. Love it. Nice. He wrote in, he says, hello, Snark Tank Boys. Long story short, what's a game you adore that other people overwhelmingly despise? Or vice versa. Also, Sween, your take on Metal Gear Rising is straight dog shit. We already went over that. We already
talked about that. I already spent my piece. A game that a lot of people hit shit on all the time.
Something that you adore that is overwhelmingly despised. I can't think of many things that I like that are overwhelmingly despised. Let's say
Star Wars. People shit on Star Wars a lot, and I have to defend it. But also, a lot of people like Star Wars.
Well, which one?
And the prequels. I stand by those movies are good.
Well, I thought he was talking about games. Did I misread the question?
I mean, we could alter it however we want. Like, if we can't think of anything, then it's not going to be a satisfying answer. If we're just like, no games. We might as well say movies if we think of movies.
No gays.
No gay. No what?
What?
I would, man. What the fuck would I say? You know what? Honestly, I know it's not a popular opinion, and it's probably wrong, but I kind of had fun with Spider-Man 3, the video game. I kind of did.
I mean, I don't
think it's as good as Spider-Man 2 because it's not, but you could fight the bosses anywhere. You could bring the Green Goblin into fucking Grand Central Station, down into the tracks and onto the subway tunnels. And it was like, you can do this? This is fucking sick. Now, what that was them being really lazy and not building boss arenas. And they were just like, fight them outside, fucking whatever. It was less work.
A lot.
But it was fun. I don't know. I had a good time. I beat it. I thought it was fun. It's not a game I want to play again because I feel like it has not aged well, probably.
I want to play it again. I'd like to play that game again. I had a lot of fun.
I would love to play the PS2 or Xbox Spider-Man 1 Tobey Maguire level, like the one that was like level to level. I would love to play that again, but there's no real easy way for me to do that. So,
I'm trying to think a game that I love that everybody's like, this game is shit, and I'm like, no, it's not. You know what you're talking about. Because people shit on Persona, but it's only like a small group of people that shit on Persona. You know, like you guys shit on Persona or make fun of it, but it's like it's obviously
I'm
a
just not
super
into
popular
that.
game.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a super popular game all over the world. I don't like Kingdom Hearts anymore. I shit on that more than anyone else I know now.
I think it's a pretty decent answer because I feel like I was fooled into liking it because I was like, oh, I like Disney characters. I love the theme song, the Dearly Beloved thing. I think it kind of got me into it. And whenever I think about that, I was like, that game fucking... I never want to play that game again. I didn't even finish the second one. And I feel like it wasn't really a good game overall when I really think about it. So I think that's like kind of an answer. It's like, that shit sucked, but it definitely, people were all over its nuts.
Yeah,
so.
people... Yeah. We were brainwashed. I was brainwashed. I admit it. I was sipping the Kool-Aid. They confused me.
Sora's a little bitch. I don't know any of the other characters in that series, but Sora sucked. I didn't like him.
You know what? People have had a bit of a turning point, or a bit of a shift in opinion of Bioshock Infinite, where like when I mentioned I like that game, people were like, "That game sucks," and I'm like,
"That's a good one."
I loved Bioshock Infinite.
That's a good one. That's a good answer. I loved
Bioshock.
I adored that game.
Yeah, I thought it was great. It wasn't the original. It wasn't the original Bioshock, which I guess I understand if you were looking for that exact thing again. I think honestly, genuinely, the reason why I liked that game and didn't have a problem with it as much as other people did is because I skipped Bioshock 2. Like I didn't play Bioshock 2 at all because I was like, I don't want to see more of the underwater. Really, like I feel like I got as much as I could possibly get out of that. Yeah. And I think because Bioshock 2 exists, people got the assumption that, oh, Bioshock is a series about...
Bioshock.
It's a horror series about underwater city place. But because, like, for me, Bioshock never established itself as, like, a series. It was only one game. And so the next game could have been... It was almost like Final Fantasy, where, like, as long as it was a first-person game, it could have been whatever the fuck it wanted to be. I think I liked it a lot more than people who were like, "This isn't fucking underwater." Although they had the underwater DLC and it was fucking awesome.
I'm gonna be. I guess it's like kind of controversial because I've never spoken out and say that I'm like I personally enjoyed Bioshock Infinite more than the original one. I enjoyed it, but I really like Booker. I love Booker DeWitt. I like the companionship of him and what was it, Elizabeth? I forgot her name.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. I love the setting. Columbus looked fucking awesome. I love the racist undertones. I love the patriot, I had so much fun with it, and then I kind of already saw what was coming with the ending. That was the only thing where I'm like, I know where this is headed. I'm like, I know who Comstock is. Like, what the fuck? Let's be real. That was the only thing that was like, it was still cool. I still enjoyed it. But I enjoyed it more than I thought. I don't know why. I can't tell you exactly why. But
I think that's fair. I think I like playing Bioshock Infinite more than I like playing the original Bioshock.
Okay.
I do like the aesthetic of the original Bioshock a lot. The underwater, like dreary fucking, and like the water looks great in that game. I like crazy.
I like
pretty
Infinite's
cool.
aesthetic way more. I like that. I actually like Infinite's aesthetic.
No,
more.
I think they're both really fantastic. But I think what's special about Bioshock is that it's really going for a horror thing, and it's like that game nails lighting really well for a game of that time. Like I still think that game's even if you play the original PC version of that game, I still think it looks fucking great. And just those moments, those specific, there are like specific moments in that game, like when you introduce the shotgun, and it's like there's a spotlight over it, and it's just in this dark room, and then you pick it up, and then the lights go out, and then you just hear people fucking, scraping around the area, and then the light goes on, and then they're coming at you from the dark. Mm-hmm. That shit's fucking cool. When you first get the gun, and you're creeping up on that lady who's talking to the baby in the carriage, and the shadow is on the wall, and it's like the presentation of that game is fucking fantastic.
It's very good.
And the twist in that game stuck with me way more than Bioshock Infinite's did. I thought the twist in Bioshock was fucking excellence. But Bioshock Infinite with those like George Washington like steampunk
the Patriots
fucking thing,
it's awesome.
It is. Bioshock Infinite was very, very captivating, and I think it's a game that I don't know. For some reason, people appreciate less now, but I fucking loved it. I still love it. I beat that game a lot. Like I played through that entire game over 10 times because I just adored playing through it, and the vigors and like the skyhook and
the skyhook is the shit, dude.
That was my shit, dude.
I love breaking people's necks with the fucking skyhook.
It's so fucking funny.
You do that fucking twist. It's brutal as fuck.
You just snap people's necks open with the fucking skyhook. I loved. Oh my god, I like Infinite a lot. I think 1 is better because playing 1 is so cool. The whole fucking wrench, the lightning bolt and wrench combination of Bioshock 1.
It's very iconic.
Such an iconic thing to me. Like it got to the point that's just how I faced problems in that game. I didn't even take out weapons. I was like, I'm just gonna shock him and hit him in the face.
and the fucking I don't know what you're doing down there, but you better come with me. Grab that shortwave radio. The fucking the Irish Atlas.
Yes,
like
Atlas.
That voice performance is so fucking good, and then Frank Fontaine and just like the mobster tones. It's very cool. Mm-hmm. But Infinite had the same thing. I think the thing is, it's like Infinite was way more linear, which I think people were like upset about. Like you couldn't really like go back and forth in the same way, and
sure,
that wasn't really what was known for the Shock games. Like his System Shock before it was like very open, and I get that. But Bioshock Infinite as a single player FPS is fucking awesome, and it's like one of the best ones that exists in my opinion. And if you're gonna play that game with that understanding in mind, that you're running through like a story and you're running through, a linear game, which I feel like nowadays is kind of refreshing with all the open world shit. I think there's a lot to appreciate in Bioshock Infinite, and I'm kind of sad that people have kind of stopped liking it.
It's unfortunate.
I was definitely confused. I was confused when I saw people complaining about it. I was like, what the fuck? I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. I guess I felt the same way about Gears 5 too. That was something else too.
Yeah. That was another one where it's like Gears 5 is kind of dope, honestly.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun playing it, and then I saw the Steam reviews. I was like, what? I was like,
yeah. Right. I guess I'm out of touch.
Yeah.
But fucking and the fucking the songs, like the old versions of the because that guy was like stealing like future songs through those like tears in space. So you heard like these old like 1940s, 1930s renditions of like Beastie Boys and shit. Dude, such a fucking cool vibe.
I've always wanted to do that. I wish I could fucking steal shit
from the
like,
future.
I made this. This was me, bitch.
God, what a good fucking game. All right. What is this? Hey, James Passmore wrote, he says, hey, two bastards and only child by force. Jeez. Calm down, bro. Fucking, all right. Hey, two bastards. What's a skill in life do you think wait, what?
How dare you talk to me like that? Let's just take a moment. Don't fucking, yo, James Passmore, if I met you in person, you'd be in danger. Don't talk to me like that. Fucking asshole. Piece of shit. You jerk.
What's a skill you think everyone should at least know a little bit? My answer is cooking, because it's getting ridiculous seeing people constantly pay for overpriced food made by someone else when they could have prepared or made it themselves. Cooking's probably like a good answer for that, honestly.
Cooking.
Like, I don't know.
It's technically the best answer, but it ain't funny.
Yeah, it ain't funny.
Definitely fighting. Everybody should know how to fight.
Pulling out. Pulling out.
I like it.
Oh, pulling out's a skill. I mean,
pulling out's very important. Pulling out is so important. I know so many people who really like people I don't like who might not be here if people were just better at that. So
fighting.
I think that's
you gotta know how to fight.
Fighting.
Yeah,
it's not hard to fight though. You just punch someone.
It is. It's hard because people can't take hits, man. A lot of people can't. I know I can't anymore take a hit. I definitely can't take it anymore. When I was younger, I was probably more durable. Wide. Your widest stance ever.
That's my guard. It's like, I'm not afraid.
Come on, man. You knock everybody out one hit, though. You knock Bop.
They die.
He punch somebody, and then you punch somebody so quick like that with that stance, and their face is on your fist still when you pull it back.
Like what's the guy that beat Israel Adesanya? That guy that like just wasn't taking damage from Israel hitting him. I forgot his name. The one fight he lost when he went to when he tried to go to light heavyweight. I forgot his name.
When he Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah. It's like you knock him out, even though that guy like I've never seen someone not take damage like him in a fight before.
It was a stupid thing to do. Where he's like, he said it was a side quest, and I'm like, it was a side quest, but you're not gonna. He's too small. Like fucking. Sure, you're supposed to cut weight to 205, but then the next day, Jan blows up to like 220 or 230. So
what made it crazy is that like
stupid.
Izzy really, really wasn't fighting some guy in his weight class. Like Jan is a wall. And Izzy is a twig. And I was like, Israel probably had to work to get to that like weight. Like really like.
Well, he didn't even he weighed in, I think probably I forgot what it was. He was still basically a middleweight. He didn't like fucking like weigh in at like he was definitely under 200 pounds. And so he didn't Jan had a good 20 something pounds over him. So when he just laid on him, it was he couldn't get up. Even get up.
even like the laying on him, like he wasn't taking damage. Like
because he didn't have to fucking do anything.
Israel can hit people and hurt. Like Israel could knock me out. He could knock you out.
Oh, of course.
The thing is that Jan wasn't getting hurt by his hits. It was like saying immune. It was like, oh.
Well, yeah. Look, there's levels to this shit. We all know this, man. We all know there's levels to this shit. And he was feeling a little bit too good. And it's like Israel Adesanya fights at his natural weight. He doesn't, and everybody else.
He's in a different league. He's in a different league.
Everybody else fucking everybody else fights like at their lower weight, right? Their natural standing weight is usually like 15, 20 pounds over what the weight class that they actually fight at. So Izzy trying to go up to light heavyweight, actually being a natural middleweight was stupid as fuck. But fighting's a good answer. Fighting's a good answer. Fighting's a good answer. I would say at the very least, jiu-jitsu would be awesome for people to know. Because fights go to the ground, so see that was my answer. You took my answer. Everybody should know how to suck it. Just you never know when it'll come in handy. Like you might be fucking some dude kidnaps you in the F-150, and you might be able to fucking give that good knob, and all of a sudden he lets you go.
Now look, boy,
the F-150. I hope,
shed, and if you don't properly satisfy me, you're gonna die. But if you start sucking and blowing me like a tornado in the Rust Belt, you'll survive. I'll let you go home. I'll even let you drive the F-150.
Let you drive.
You better start
forward F-150.
You better get your hands.
That's the commercial.
Get your hands in that motion. Get your hands in the motion, bro. In the motion, and you start fucking whistling on his fucking mushroom tip until he frees you, bro.
All right. Let's move on. Final question. All right. Final question, then we can all get in that Ford F-150 and drive home.
Let's go.
The wizard came from the moon. Nice. Wrote in. He says, what's up, alt-right Nazis? I, like many others, have recently been enjoying Horizon Forbidden West, and while playing, the question came to my mind, and I can't seem to come up with an answer. If someone in that world were to somehow manage to have sexual intercourse with one of those machines, is that bestiality?
All right.
This is kind of a good question because they're robot animals.
Okay, quick question, Chris.
Are they just robots though? I haven't dabbled in that game
If you're a robot person, are you a person? If you're a robot person, are you a person? No, you're a robot that looks like a person.
Right.
That's what I think.
So you're still a robot. That's a dumb question.
Otherwise, because if you kill the robot, would it be murder?
But
or manslaughter?
So let me ask you this. All right. This is where the line is going to get blurry a little bit.
Okay.
Somebody, because robots are just robots, is it, let's say somebody, you have person A, and person A has a sex robot. It's just a robot person with a fleshlight in it. Mm-hmm. Then you have person
perfection.
B. Perfection. You have person B who has a robot dog with a fleshlight in it. Is it worse?
It's worse because because of the implication is why it's worse.
Yeah, of what you like. It's
what
like
you like. It's not exactly.
But it's not materialistically worse.
It's
no,
not
technically it's not worse. It's just the implication. I totally agree with that. The
implication makes it worse. You know, like if
it's like those freaks. You know those freaks that say, "Oh, it's not a CP. It's a drawing. It's a drawing.
It's not weird. She's 1,000 in canon." It's like, yeah, but she looks like a 7-year-old, bro. You gotta or like for me, like I have friends that do this, and I personally still don't agree with it. Like, they take anime characters that are objectively children and like, age them up and then draw them sexy. Like, it's like,
it's still weird. Where
that's strange, bro, son.
It's more of like, why are you doing that?
We've never seen legal age Misty. Why are you drawing her with her pussy open? That's weird. Do your own art. Get your bag.
I actually don't know how I feel about the Misty thing. Actually,
you see,
because I feel like
here we go.
It's just
no.
Why?
Because what I'm saying is like, because when we were kids, I'm sure we all had crushes on these people, right?
Oh yeah,
sure. Like, or like to like some extent. So like, it stands to reason that at some point in your head they might grow up. It's weird to draw child Misty.
Yes.
No, child Misty is fucked.
And let me tell you something. As a kid, I remember my homie, he drew Nurse Joy, or is it Joy? Nurse Joy?
Or Jenny. Or
Nurse
Joy and Officer Jenny.
Officer Jenny? Yeah. He drew both of them, and they were like naked with their pussies out and stuff. And I'm like, that's awesome. Even as little dumbass kids, we preferred, because these women, they had the tits and stuff. Like,
they had womanly bodies that I want to conquer.
Yes.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
I'm just saying, like, no, what I'm trying. It's just like, it's like one of those things. I'm not getting excited about that. I'm getting. It's like, it's one of the things where I'm like, why do you want the stick figure, motherfucker? That ain't gonna do nothing. What is that? What does that do for you?
That's what's weird for me. Like, I saw Tifa.
It is weird.
Even as a kid, I saw Tifa and I was like, oh, Tifa has tits.
Tifa's hot.
Aerith doesn't have tits. I
remember feeling that way about Lara Croft.
I want to fuck Aerith.
Lara Croft was
I remember feeling that way about. I remember feeling that way about Lara Croft in the original PS1 Tomb Raider games, even though she was literally like a bunch of triangles.
Yeah, it was like triangle titties, and I'm like, let's
that's
go.
more than enough for me.
It's funny how that I thought that shit looked hot, and then now you look back at it and you're like, how?
Do you think because of quality of things becoming better, our eyesight gets worse, so we're able to, like, because I swear to God, Lara Croft looked like a person when I was a kid.
I totally understand what you're saying, though.
Like, I swear that was a person. Like, I swear not. I look back at it now, I'm like, what am I looking at?
Your vision's not getting worse. Your vision's not getting worse.
I
understand what you're saying, though.
Or my perception is getting worse.
Perception is, well, look, it's just funny.
Your perception's getting better.
No, she not hot no more. Why she not hot no more?
Because
I understand what you're saying. Why did we not see it as looking like dog shit, like how it actually was?
Because that was the best we had.
No, but we have people to compare to.
Right, but we didn't have video game people to compare to.
No, I understand that, but why? No. Let's, because look, we can do this now. Right now, we'll look at a person and be like, and then look at, say, the latest thing that just came out on the video game and be like, oh, that's pretty close. How come? And I'm like, I'm speaking for myself. How come me looking at fucking Chun-Li or some shit and some bullshit and thinking like, oh, that looks pretty, or let's just stick on Lara Croft. I'm looking at Lara Croft in PS1 and then thinking that, yeah, that looks like a person to me. Like, why did I do that?
You're misremembering. You're not thinking that looks like a person. You're
I remember thinking it looked like a person.
I don't think you. I would be surprised if that was because I remember feeling that way. I remember feeling like Lara Croft was hot, but I specifically remember thinking, like, using my imagination to like fill out who she would be, like as a person. Like, I never like thought that she herself was hot. I just thought like the implication of her shape was like attractive.
I just remember. Look, I remember this. I'll never forget playing Tekken 5. I played Tekken 5, and I thought that was the graphics were I couldn't believe how good it looked. And I looked at Tekken 5 a few years ago, and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I remember the grass like blowing, and like I don't remember anything looking triangular. And like I remember playing Bloody Roar and thinking like, oh, this looks pretty fucking good. And I'm like, now it looks like goddamn garbage. I just think that's hilarious, though. Like, I know there's a scientific explanation for it, but I still just find it funny that, like, I remember that shit looking like...
Soul Calibur 2, Ivy was the baddest bitch I'd ever conceptual. Like, I couldn't conceptualize a hotter woman. And I look back, my brain was like, all right, Kingston, people can't be hotter than this. This is the mountaintop, all right? You got to cherish this image. And I went back and I looked at it again, and I was so disappointed. I was like, I must have been a goblin. I must have been a feral creature.
Let me tell you something.
I guess our brains.
Let me tell you something right now. I'm looking at footage of Soul Calibur 2 Ivy. Hot. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely hot.
I mean, she's probably still a bad bitch, but she doesn't look as smooth as you remember.
She looks like a definitely of that time, but like this is enough for my brain to work with for sure, man.
Look at
this
that,
is all
bro. Look at that,
that's
bro.
That's all the detail I need.
Oh no, I'm not wrong. I was right. But her titties were so big for no reason, and they were jumping. They're jumping.
They were big for a reason, Kingston. It's because we like that. People like that.
Men
turns
like
out
big titties. Yeah, Ivy was dope, man, and they did a good job with Ivy. I mean, you got to give it to your nigga Cervantes, man. That guy's got good genes.
Yes.
He got good fucking genes,
that
man.
Pirate asshole.
Ivy was
pirate asshole.
Ivy was the reason I wanted this game.
Bro, dude.
Like 1,000,000%. I remember playing at a friend's house and thinking like,
I gotta buy this.
I don't know what I feel right now.
I gotta go home.
But I know I must have this.
But I want this at my disposal as often as I could possibly have it.
You want her to whip you with her fucking whip sword shit?
Dude, it's canon. It's canon. Her tits are so big that she can throw kicks extremely fast because her tits pull her down. So she can roundhouse kick you faster than it's supposed to be scientifically possible, bro. That is insane. Shout out to Ivy and shout out to Ivy's tits, bro.
Shout out to
Ivy's tits.
I think
that should be a thumbnail. Just put Ivy's tits in the thumbnail.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have Ivy up there.
Let's go.
Shout out to Ivy's
Just
tits.
call it shout out to Ivy.
Shout out to Ivy's. That's a great. There you go. That's the name of the episode. Shout out to Ivy. Not descriptive at all.
Yeah,
bro, we talked about so many other things.
You know what? We'll have the description be shout out to Ivy as well.
That's
it. I'll do that. I got that. So the podcast when I upload it, I want to upload it on the Patreon. I'm like, shout out to Ivy.
Let's fucking go.
Just gaslight the shit out of people.
No, you know, it'd be like, it should be welcome to the Snark. New episode. In this new episode of the Snark Tank podcast, we shout out Ivy. That's it. That's all I want.
Shout out Ivy. I got you. Easy. Done.
Yeah. Put the ellipsis in there. Put the pause. Oh my God! Thank you guys for joining us here today for this fucking whatever the hell this episode was. I think we've had a pretty solid run of episodes.
They're getting
lately.
more ridiculous.
They're just focused on stupid bullshit. And that's what everybody's here for.
Exactly. Well, if you liked what you heard today and you're listening on free feeds, I don't know why you would say that, but if you liked what you heard today and you're listening on free feeds, consider supporting us over at patreon.com/thesnarktank. $1 a month gets you early access to every episode and access to bonus solo episodes. $5 gets you a question read on the show. $10 gets you access to our Discord server. That's one payment in, and you're in for good. And $25 gets your name dyslexically read at the end of the show, which I will now do. Count me down.
3.
I gotta piss. I'll be back.
2.
Yeah, that's fine.
1.
I paid $25 to make a Euphoria joke, but I didn't watch the show. Summoning Salt's new video where he recounts the history of speedrunning life while showing videos of actual abortions. Jesus Christ. The Nerd Therapist, Victim of Sentience, Cursed with Thought, Detective Halligan, Slayer of Druids, Penis, Thigh-slapping Flapjacks, Tevin DeBlack, Bully McGuire and his soul-catching camera that he uses to turn people into NFTs, Chris's chunky chafing chode, You Better Not Call Saul, Bitch, Dickalodian, Nikki Ziggy, I want to say also, Gavatar, the Last Straight Bender, I believe, was had a name that was not featured, and it's still, I don't know. I would suggest, by the way, if you're listening to this, resubmit. Because that tends to help. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Patreon's broken. But Nikki Ziggy, Mintberry, let me the fuck in on Mintberry. Back alley end pass dealer, the man who went from a soft A to a hard R. Huh.
Evolution.
Congrats on your transition. Not saying Chris Ray Gun and Chris Chan are the same person, but have you ever seen them together? Saint Maxi, I'm squirting, Jenny. Get Lieutenant Den. Maybe it'll fix his legs. Also, well, okay, you said it right. A Tale of Mega Man X8 Guy in the Question Patreon Heist from the Snark Tank Boys featuring Dante from Devil May Cry series. Avi, the King of Haphazard's outrageously rageous minion. Rageous. The King of Haphazard's outrageously racist minion. I became a patron and spent $25 not to be able to come up with a clever name. Wage Slave 583, Senor Jose Juan Carlos Julio San Jose, Don Ramon Vicente de los Santos, parentheses, don't come in my pants, come in me. Steven, where's the brandy? Add Nodders to your name if you want to make Chris read a smutty comic fan film. Don't do that. Dead Inside. Shrinkus Funkeldunk, the warlock who's using transversive steps. The National, Richmond, Virginia, April 30th, tinyurl.com/sacred200.
That's a cool dude. That's a cool dude.
That's a cool boy. That's a cool boy. That's a cool boy.
Let's get into F-150 quickly.
Let's get in that F-150. The Grassman returns to Iowa now that his millions of pounds of white bullshit melted. I don't know what that means. I challenged the other Connor King to a fight to the death. There can only be one. Sweeney, it's okay. My girlfriend isn't real either. I have PPSD. Riber525, and the mystery of the sudden uptick in tomboy appreciation. Racist snake. That wizard came from the moon. Her popping noises. Fun fact, the creator of Ultimate Showdown of Destiny, wrote the song Two Trucks. Look it up. Have a nice day. Oh, I knew that. That's Lemon Demon. Or Lehman Demon. Neil Cicierga. He did the Mouth Moods songs. He's the interesting feller. Tell him Steve Dave, Andre Brooks, Antimus Maximus. The host of Mussolini's Pinata Party. God is dead because Travis Scott killed him. Wait, did you write Travis Scoot?
Scoot?
You did. God damn it. How long have I been misreading that? You guys can't do that to me.
That's true.
John
you have
Strickland,
been saying Scott all the time.
God fucking damn it. Whatever. John Strickland. He never said anything. John Strickland, Little Limp Sniggins, Mercs 1889, Downey McFrowney, NFT of Sweeney's Imaginary Girlfriend, Trifinger, Butthole, The First Church of Keith David, Bear Witness, The Second Coming of the Christ, The King of Haphazard, Goops McKenzie, Penis Imprisoning Me, All That I Suck, Absolute Fat Cock, I Cannot See, I Cannot Breathe, Trapped in These Pubes, Oral My Holding Cell.
What song is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sounds hot.
Drunken Doulahan, Pre-Roz, Breaking Benjamin Shapiro, Cum Man, The Man of Cum, Wheeler's Day Off, Blake896, Mario spreading his asshole live on Twitch while watching MasterChef, The Epic Oshawott, The Whitest Cracker, Fucking Kill Me, Hey Boss, I know two of you left, Ryan Lucchesi, Ethan Teej, Sloshy Scout, We're No Strangers to Love, You Know the Rules, and So Do I. Someone's gonna make me fucking sing all these goddamn songs.
Yep.
Ryu is Hoke, Captain Grabass and his famously dangerous napalm spraying anus. Nick Big Digga. Nice. You tried.
Big Digga.
You tried.
You should have said it.
Should've.
I'll say it one day. And you're not going to fucking be prepared. Hard Hat Skydiver.
Oh, that's pretty
awesome.
cool.
That's really cool, actually. Are those swim trunks?
Just gym shorts.
Those are just normal gym shorts? That's fucking sick.
Yeah, chop line, baby.
Hard Hat Skydiver. I gain 1 serotonin every time Derek says, that's hot.
That's hot.
There you go. You got 1 serotonin. Alaskan Oilfield Trash. Marcus Short and Vladdy put it in spanking Ukrainian octogenarians. Game Controller 25. Nikki Ziggy. I think there might be 2 of you. Murder Ascended. Fuck you, Chris. Tim Allen was great in Galaxy Quest. You, God bless you.
You have your own opinion.
Look, man, I know a lot of people love Galaxy Quest. I know that's like one of those movies that everybody just like, because it's Alan Rickman and like, that movie sucks dick. I hate that movie so much. But let's move on. Let's pretend like I didn't say that. Lobotomized Jesus and his merry band of figure nuggets. Remember a Sacadoret Albanera. Those are fucking Gaelic sounds. I don't know what the fuck. The only stick I touch while driving is my penis. I masturbate while driving. Hiroshima spicy mushrooms. Dummy thick Dave. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's a pretty nice cock. Sweeney's clown pussy goes honk honk. Yummy yummy yummy. Come inside my tummy. Jackson Abstays. Bradley Brave. Hugger Dark. The movie theater manager. Aetherian. Chris Gate. My Patreon hunting ass. All hands on dick. Shuddering yam cock. And the rare uncircumcised American who shudders at the thought of circumcisions. Melphus 1, Warlock, Hexblade Supremacist, Richter 86, and rounding our list off as always, King of Haphazard, the least prepared 5e DM ever. Don't know what that means.
That's the 5th edition for Dungeons and Dragons.
Cool. Thank you all for your support. Let's once again end today's episode.
It was brought to you by the fattest black dick ever, mine.
Fat black dick.
Fattest black dick ever.
Silent Hill Farm.
If you want to get fucked in the ass, buy a F-150, baby.
Are you tired of listening to stupid minorities on a podcast that make no damn sense? We'll hop on over to the Ford dealership near you and get yourself a hot spanking cum guzzling Ford F-150.